What up, my brother?
What is up, man?
Not much, not much. Great, great day, cause you obviously know, man. Kicking off March Madness with the horror show, baby, and we're here tonight to review John Watts' directorial debut, Clown, produced by Eli Roth. So, yeah, it should be a fun one. I know you're always a big Eli Roth fan, and most people are Marvel fans nowadays. So it's kind of interesting to see where the guy that did the new Tom Holland Spider-Man movies started his career. I think that's pretty
it's an
cool.
interesting comparison to see. Knowing I watched this movie for the first time this week, and so like I knew that this is the guy that did the Spider-Man movie. So I'm trying to like read into things, right? And then it's gonna recontextualize.
See, I didn't know. I didn't know till a week ago. Like when my brother mentioned it. My brother mentioned it in the chat. I was like, holy shit, he did direct it. I had no idea. So I kind of went in just like I used to always see it on Amazon, just like, free. Like you could just always, it was always one of those free movies to watch. Yeah. Just one day I was bored as fuck and was like, that cover's kind of cool. I love it. I love creepy clown movies. And, I saw it and I was like, this ain't half bad, man. I actually really like this. So
how long? So you just watched it randomly because you saw it like just on Amazon and eventually.
I probably saw it like 10 years ago.
Nice.
Like 26. Wait, what is it? 2020? Maybe like 8 years ago. I probably saw it a year or two after. It was like a street.
This movie 10 years old is about what I was about to say. It's like came out in 2014, but I saw other people listed as 2016.
Oh, so it's almost 24. It's almost 10 years old.
It's almost 10 years old. Now I'll tell you what, man. Yeah. March Madness kicks off tonight. Super excited. This is our third annual March Madness. If you remember, March Madness was something we kicked off in conjunction with you your first year. So, bro, that means 3 years of March Madness, which means 3 years of DHS. Super proud of you. And I just realized in that badass intro I made, I'm watching it. I'm like, there's a lot of DHS movies on here. Where's all the PCP movies? Then I was like, I forgot to add Itchy the Killer in. I completely forgot to add. I got to redo it for next week, but I completely forgot to add Itchy the Killer. So
that'll be awesome to see.
That's on me, y'all. That's on me.
It's all good, brother. You be doing a lot, so it happens. But as always, we got us some guests tonight, man. 3 years, crazy, bro. So that means this will be the third upcoming horror fest coming up this year, which isn't for some time
for you. It's not PCP's
for me. Oh, dude, it's probably like at least your 6th year for that.
We've been doing horror fest actually since the very beginning of PCP.
Oh, really?
It just used to be smaller. We would do anyway. Yeah.
It'd be like just October, probably.
It would just be October. It was like 3 or 4 movies, something like that. They're old videos. Who cares?
Hey, still go check them out. But we got Verno in the house tonight. What's up, my brother?
What up, my dudes? What's going on? Happy March Madness. Stoked about it.
Yeah, always good to have you, my brother. Always
I just
good
love
to
how
have you.
March Madness is our way to mess up the hashtag algorithm for YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, right? Because actual basketball March Madness, is about to be going on, and yeah, we're getting ahead of the game.
Smart thinking. And all these basketball fans are gonna be going like, "Why the fuck am I getting goddamn clown movie reviews?"
Right? And eventually, all of these horror movie fans are going to be like, why am I getting all this basketball nonsense?
Right. And as always, we got Scarpad in the house. What's up, dude?
Happy anniversary! 3 years. I haven't been here that long. I'll give you a hand. There's my hand. Hope we all doing good.
Hell yeah.
3 years.
Where the fuck you get that hand, bro?
It was crawling on the floor back there. So.
Nice. The crawling.
Where's the rest of the body?
I ate it.
Cannibalism is not always sexy to me, by the way, necessarily. I just want everybody to know that. Disclaimer.
Well, as always, we got Link in the house. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
How you doing, fellas?
Glad you could make it, boss.
Bro, like, are you wearing a bunny costume or something? What are you like? You're just wearing a hoodie with headphones, aren't you?
Yes.
I thought you were wearing one of those onesies that was like a Care Bear or something. I thought you were Grumpy Bear.
It's got the fit of it. It's very comfy.
Should have just started eating a carrot and just been like, no.
Just, what's up, Doc?
He doesn't have to wear that. Man. Make him take it off.
I think we should. You know what? I think we need to do the Care Bears movie one night on PCP movie night. Everybody has to dress like a Care Bear.
I choose Lion, or where's the lion dude?
Lionheart. Yeah.
Lionheart. Yeah.
Care Bear cousins. That's right. Sorry, Dylan. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good, my brother. You're good. I'm looking.
I just looked. Steph looked like a Care Bear when I first saw him. Like my screen's dead.
I'm the light blue one. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I like you. Looking sharp as a Care Bear.
No, you're good, my brother. I was looking up something, anyways. It looks like I have not played it yet, but for horror news this week, I got maybe one or two, maybe three things. It's a video game. One of my buddies told me about. He might be in the chat. His name's Zach in here, and he was telling me to download a game called Dead by Daylight, which I actually am downloading now because I forgot to download it. But
good game.
It just got announced that they're going to be doing a movie, and it's going to be in the works from Blumhouse and James Wan. So that should be fun. It's kind of like a survival movie where you play as like four characters and you're trying to like solve these like locks or something. I don't really know much about it, but James Wan, Blumhouse, I'm down for it.
Do you think that James Wan just has like a flat fee? Like, I don't know, give me like 150, 200K. You can put
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'll co-sign it.
Looks like Amazon reportedly is looking to revive the Poltergeist franchise. So that could be cool. It says, let's see. We are nearly 10 years removed from the most recent installment in the Poltergeist franchise, with the Gil Kenan-directed remake released way back in 2015. That film failed to make a splash of any kind because they were literally trying to remake the fucking thing one by one, almost like the Vince Vaughn Psycho, but not as good, obviously.
I hope they're not going to put the Lord of the Rings
on it. Sweetness for the Vince Vaughn Psycho. That coming along in the wake of 2 sequels and 4 TV series. So what?
There have been 4 Poltergeist TV series.
Shit.
Or are they saying that they're trying to do 4 TV series?
I know there was one I know of.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a syndicated one. It didn't have anything to do with the movies. Kind of like the Friday the 13th one.
Wow. But yeah, so we'll see where that goes. Obviously, we've talked about this in the chat that they're doing a Children of the Corn remake, but it's probably going to be absolutely dog shit.
Isn't that already out?
I'm seeing reviews.
I think that it just got announced. I'm looking at something. I think it might be in theaters now.
Yeah, I saw the
only in theaters March 3rd.
I heard it sucked.
Yeah,
I heard it sucked.
What I heard too.
So there is one. Poltergeist: The Legacy is from '96 to '99. Man, 4 seasons.
Wow.
Wow. Where was I?
And I had no
What
idea.
channel was it on?
It was one of those Canadian shows. It wasn't all that good.
Well, I guess the CW has a
Showtime
Gotham
and
Knight
Sci-Fi
show.
Channel. It was Showtime at first, then Sci-Fi Channel.
Showtime.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
I
why.
guess the CW has there's will come in villain.
You were breaking
Oh,
up.
Clancy Brown. He said CW.
I just heard him say
Yeah.
dumbass Wi-Fi or something like that. Something about the CW. I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for Dylan to pop back in, I saw the trailer for The Pope's Exorcist starring Russell Crowe. Did anybody check that trailer out? Because I actually
Looks
liked
good.
it. It looks like it's going to have way too much CG, but I like Russell Crowe, and I'm excited to see it.
He'll lend himself to a horror movie. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think he's
talking to a
ever done
buddy
one.
today, and he was like, "That it feels like one of those movies that should have been released in the late '90s, like Stir of Echoes and End of Days and Lost
Schwarzenegger.
Souls, Bless the Child, all those like
Yeah.
coming up to the millennium Catholic revelation apocalypse kind of movies." What's up, Dylan? I'm sorry. What were you saying about the CW?
Oh, you're good, bro. That shit just sucks, bro. It's been so annoying. I gotta call the Wi-Fi company after this, bro. I'm getting real sick of that.
You skipped the biggest.
That's
the
even
biggest
my
news of the week.
personal hotspot too, bro. They're just saying. I was just saying that CW show Gotham Knights, which I don't even watch, is giving Doug Bradley, aka Pinhead, an iconic DC villain role. So I'd be interested to check out what villain he does.
That's about the best thing that show has going for it at this point, honestly.
CW keeps on trying to make these Batman shows without Batman. Somebody hasn't told them
Right.
it just doesn't work.
Right.
Because James Gunn and Peter Safran are like, you can't use Batman. Zac Efron is
That son of a
DC
bitch.
now.
But yeah, and then
Did you
as
watch Dylan?
always,
By the way,
this
did you watch?
week, Screen 6.
Hold on. He's playing Joe Chill in the show.
Oh yeah, I
Interesting.
did read that. How the fuck did I
That's
forget?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I saw the same thing. They were like, Doug Bradley plays iconic Gotham villain, and I'm like, sweet. Who's he playing? Like Mr. Freeze? That would be badass, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure this show has Batman dead. He's been killed. I'm not sure by who.
Maybe
So
Joe
it's like
Chill.
the video game.
Maybe Joe Chill.
Gotham
Low
Knights.
ratings. Yeah.
But Dylan, did you watch the Pope's Exorcist trailer? Did you watch that?
I didn't follow because I've been kind of trying to like but then remember I mentioned like his accent in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
yeah.
Greek accent, yeah.
I only watched 10 seconds of the trailer because I've been trying to like steer clear of trailers.
Yeah.
I'm trying
But he's
to
got
do
that, like,
thing and
he's
trying
got
to
the-
hold off.
Yeah, he's got the Italian accent, which I actually think is fine for what I saw in the movie. It does look like heavy CG. It's obviously not going to be The Exorcist or even The Exorcist 3, but I think it's going to be better than Exorcist 2, I hope. Vern, Scarpad, y'all see that trailer?
I've been avoiding them all. I'm staying away from everything Scream 6. I'm done with trailers.
Yeah, I watched that one Scream trailer and I've stayed all away from it. Like I don't want to know shit, bro. I'm trying to like try a new thing because when I went to see Barbarian, not knowing shit, best movie of the year, man. Best movie of the year for me. So I'm trying. It's hard for me, like the Marvel movies, and like the DC movies, I always feel like I sucker in. But I did watch the first trailer. I watched the teaser and then the first official, so I know like Ghostface with the shotgun and everything. But I didn't watch any of the other ones.
Cave, man. He's got a ghost cave.
Yeah. So man, I can't wait, dude. This Thursday
it's Dewey. I'm telling
comes
you.
out.
I swear to God, if it's Dewey or Sydney, I'm done. I'm done, bro.
Well, don't you think it'd be cool? You don't think it'd be cool if it was Dewey?
No.
Bro, he got fucking ripped open from the front and back.
Maybe he didn't.
Also, he got fucking killed
Maybe
in the
he
first and
did.
second one, bro. He's gone through a lot. I think Dewey's immortal. That's the
He
ultimate
got
reveal.
punked. A bad death. He's come back to revenge it. I don't blame him. Either.
He's a Highlander.
If
I mean,
anyone
did
can
you guys,
survive that, it's Dewey for sure.
Anybody watch Knock at the Cabin yet?
Yeah.
I've been trying to, man, but my
It's-
service isn't
It's
functioning.
average.
But it's. I mean, I'm not at the point where I can't watch movie trailers yet. Or I'm not going to check them out. But that was a good example of the trailer showing.
Right.
He was great.
one?
No, yeah, the
Dave
great. It
Bautista's
was one
great
of
in it.
yeah, one
Trailer
of
showed way
Shyamalan's
too
best
much.
movies in recent years, honestly. But the trailer revealed If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie.
Everything,
You know,
man,
so
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
The interview with Jason
But,
Blum, and he was just saying that like he hates it, but they just ran the numbers, and I don't know if he even did knock at the cabin door, but they're set the template for this shit, and
You're right.
they hate it, but they're like, dude, we just make more money if we do that. He's like, it kills
Right.
me, but we can't not do it.
What's that? Show everything in the trailer?
Show it, yeah. The more they show in the in the previews, the more money they make. So that's what
Yeah.
you get.
That makes no fucking sense. But
Yeah, because
whatever.
people want everything right now. They want instant gratification. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. That does play heavily into it.
Mhm.
And Dylan, you forgot the biggest news of the week: that Burial Ground, that classic movie of Italian filmmaking, is getting a 4K release. That even who says it's good? Our friend there from
Bill Mosley.
Bill Mosley.
aka Chop Top. He
I
says
you
it's
know what?
fucking
I met
classic.
Between the
Mosley.
three of you.
I met Bill Mosley. He's a great guy. I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't give a shit. And what is up with this synchronicity where we reviewed this movie I had never heard of, and now
Mhm.
all I hear about is fucking Burial Ground. Everybody,
because it's hot. It's a great
Mhm.
film.
I heard
Hey,
about it. You
Stretch
I think Delaney.
separate that,
I
too.
think Delaney would side with me and Scarpad on this one.
I
think
doubt it.
Delaney
He
would
hates
Yeah.
fucking kids in movies, and I bet he hates adults playing kids in movies too.
and he
Like-
loves zombie.
No, this
I'll
one
tell
you
you what.
would laugh. This one
Stop-
you would laugh
Burn
at.
him. You should do a revisit of Burial Ground on IG with Delaney. Actually, Delaney won't do an IG live because he won't have it. Anyway. Moving on.
Right.
Well, wait for the 4K to come out so you can see it in all its biting glory.
I would just love to see a watch along with him. He would
Right.
go crazy.
What I hate is that when I heard it was coming out in 4K, there's like part of me was like, maybe. It's like, son of a bitch, dude.
Yeah,
That's how
Um,
right? You're like, maybe I should buy the 4K.
I'm good with
Dylan
my
will be buying the
Blu-ray.
4K. I know it.
Well, with Scarpad for sure will, but the only thing I'll
Hey,
say
about you guys,
within-
your movies. I give them both to both of you guys. So maybe I'll buy you the 4Ks just to get you back.
Hey, I'll take the 4K if you want to buy it.
I still got it in my
I'm not
collection.
gonna buy
So
it.
I still
I'm
very
cool with
appreciate
the Blu-ray unless you want to buy me the 4K.
It's got a fantastic slipcover. I'll give it that.
It does. I like the movie. I have fun with
I
it.
do. I love it.
God damn it. We have to talk about it every week.
Every week. Every week.
It will never die.
Well, hey, if y'all didn't hate on it so bad, he might not. He might have let it go.
I swear, the thing that inflamed the whole thing is when you said it was better than Zombie. If you'd have never said that, I would have been like, I might have given it a
I
2.5.
was like, you can't say shit like that, bro. You're just like stirring the pot.
We need
Folks,
to
he's
clip. We need to
folks,
You
he's
give it a
poser,
5,
man.
Scarpad. Come on.
Yeah, that too.
We gotta
He's a
clip,
poser.
we gotta clip that moment out when he said that about Fulci and just be like the moment DHS broke. Like,
You'll see, like,
in the same
you'll see
sense.
literally, if you did like a clip of it, as soon as he says it, Robbie's like, "Oh fuck this shit, bro."
I was so fucking mad. I was incensed, bro.
That's
I was
fucking
outraged.
it.
I was
am
triggered.
Done with this shit.
I could say we ain't seeing Surf Ninjas on 4K, but I don't do it.
Bro, we haven't even seen that in 1080p. God damn it. Like, what?
I think Surf Ninjas
Blu-ray
is a better movie by far than
Surf
Burial
Ninjas
Ground.
is also
Oh my
very
God.
culturally relevant. By the way, our Cyborg
For
review is
the
doing really well. So I knew one of them would. Cyborg or Surf Ninjas would have that Cobra effect. So there we go.
Fable is right. 100% Burial Ground is the new Exorcist 3.
Nah,
Okay.
Fable. You only say that because you ain't here. You only say that because you ain't here.
You did compare that
Well,
movie
the
to
Exorcist
the
3 's
dialogue in
getting
it to
4K
Quentin
release too,
Tarantino
so-
dialogue, Robbie.
In Exorcist 3?
Yes.
Yes, because it's the greatest psychological thriller of the 90s we're talking about, bro. Come on. Is there an Exorcist 3 shirt? I need one. Anyway,
It's coming out on 4K also.
4K, come
Me
on,
and
4K.
Dylan. Me and Dylan, they should let me and Dylan do a commentary for that movie. We're such fans and apologists for that movie.
And Robbie doesn't buy a 4K
Which one?
because Exorcist 3 is coming out. He's never going to own one. Never.
I have Exorcist 3. Just not on 4K. I don't have the 4K player yet.
That's what I'm saying. If this movie doesn't make you buy one, you'll never get one.
Why is Exorcist 3 going to be any better in 4K? Let's be honest.
Probably not. Dude, but it's like, so what kind of TV do you have? Do you have a 4K TV?
I do have a 4K TV.
Okay, then I'd be like, because if you don't have a 4K TV, then you gotta go get the 4K TV. You know what I mean?
I got the 4K TV, and I've seen shit in 4K, and it looks amazing. So
certain stuff looks good, and like it
first
just,
4K I buy will be Suspiria. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, well, before you came in, I was telling Robbie and these guys that it made me mad. I went on to look at Infinity Pool. iTunes has not only Infinity Pool in 4K, which is not even on fucking. I think it's on Blu-ray, but they got Barbarian in 4K on iTunes.
Yeah.
We don't even have a disc for that.
It's wow.
That's one of my biggest fucking.
And it's only $9.99, and the sad part is I might buy it in 4K on that because I'd like to see that movie in 4K. But
yeah, well, you can watch it on 4K and HBO Max, dude.
That's probably true.
It's on HBO Max,
but
it was.
The end horror news. Go support Scream 6 this week. Go check it out in theaters this Thursday night or this Friday. Go to your local cinema or DMC. Go watch Scream 6, man. It looks fucking awesome.
Unless if it sucks. If it sucks,
did you guys hear? People are saying it was better than 5. Like that's hard to do, right? Like, come on now.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and make a bold prediction to say that I think that the second week of Cocaine Bear will beat Scream 6.
Oh, you're out.
I don't know. Scream's got a strong fan base, man. Yeah, anytime they drop a Scream movie, Scream movies don't do bad.
Deal.
Last time I was at Hot Topic, there was Scream shit everywhere. So that means the youth is into it, right? I bought a shirt and I got a notebook. So, I mean, I fell into it. But I'll tell you what, my expectations are so low for Scream 6 that I could easily get blown away.
Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
But if it sucks, don't go watch it, y'all. Because we need to let them know.
No.
Okay, we need to be like the dude in Scream 5. Like, this is our franchise. This is our franchise.
You won't know if it sucks unless you go see it.
Oh, I'm going to go see it.
Robbie.
What?
You didn't think Scream 5 was all that good, right?
No, but the second time it kind of came out for me. One like 3.5, 3 to 3.5.
Yeah, it was solid.
That's like a 3.5 is like a 7 out of 10.
My problem with Scream 5 is that half the people they killed came back at the end. And they're in the next movie. I don't know how that works. They even retroactively saved somebody from part 4.
And Dewey got punked.
Hey, what was Hayden Panettiere's deal? Like, because did they not show her get killed on screen or something? Or
well, she gets stabbed, but you never see, like, I guess that she's dead, just passed out or something.
If you don't see a body, if you don't see a body in the movie, they're alive.
Because that threw me off too.
It's a little cheesy. At least with Dewey, they always showed him getting in the ambulance at the end of the movie. So,
right.
You know.
Like they did with 2 people at the end of this one.
Right.
Plus, Jenna Ortega, there's literally 4 fuckers in this movie that die and then don't. Like that's 4. That's over. That's like half the kills. Half the kills are bullshit. Like,
that means they're really gonna get it this movie though.
Why am I the outraged horror fan now?
Fucking sheriff gets got in broad fucking daylight.
Yeah, in the front
and Dewey
and her son.
They run up.
That's part 4, right?
Yeah.
No, that's 5.
That's part 5.
Remember her son?
And like, dude, I remember you're like 4 is left.
4 is good.
Gory than 5. Dude, 5 literally the sheriff gets fucking got.
Yeah, I thought 5 was the weakest.
Yeah, but they do that whole shit with their son where he's opening the refrigerator door and closing it, and the music's like, just kidding. And we're like,
was number 5
I
the
saw that in theaters, bro. I saw that.
His daughter. Right,
okay.
And literally everyone in the theater was freaking out when they were drawing out those scenes. Like, it might ruin it after you watch it, but that first time, bro, that's why that shit's so memorable. Because I remember, like, my girl and like everybody, like the air was coming out at people in the theaters because they're like, it's coming, the jump's coming, and they'd be like, nope, close the door. They did it like 10 times in a row where you're like, it's coming, dude, and then last fucking second. He's right behind him. It's like, dude, nobody has ever done that because you see jump scares coming a mile fucking a minute. You know,
they fake this so many times, bro.
Do you know what's coming?
And they nailed that shit.
You know what's coming soon? our review of Clowns.
I was about to say, you know it's a good Dylan's Horror Show when we're like 30 minutes in and we're like, I haven't even talked about the movie yet.
What the fuck are we doing again? Oh yeah, clown.
Well, I was trying to get to it, but then we get into other topics. So what are you gonna do?
Scream's a good topic though.
It is.
Always.
Fuck
We can just
Scream.
review Clown next week if you want. We'll just
We'll just do a
Blow it
freestyle.
off.
Feature next week.
Pre-scream
3-0,
review.
3-0. All right, have a good night, everybody.
But all right, so that'll end horror news this week. Like I said, go support Scream 6. And yeah, so tonight, 2014's Clown, directed by John Watts, produced by Eli Roth. Kind of bare bones on the special feature that has like the making of featuring producer Eli Roth, which is like
it's a good one though. It's a good one, but it's only got one thing on it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I wish it was longer though.
But I will tell you, that's one thing more than most Paramount movies have on them. So, not
yeah. It's interesting though that I guess this movie like Eli Roth just was getting buzz that he was making a new movie, and he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And John Watts made like kind of like a little cheap trailer,
right.
And they just like threw his name on it, like I don't know why, but maybe just because they're big fans of him, and I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw snippets in the behind the scenes, and kind of like almost like a little short film or something, like a short film trailer.
I watched it. It was decent, for what it is. A lot of the bits that are in the movie are in it, and it's only like a minute and a half or something like that. It's super short, yeah. So
then I guess Eli Roth loved the idea of the movie and tracked the guys down, and he was like, could you like come up with a script for this? And they did it. They put this movie out. Gave John
very similar to what happened with Smile that we reviewed a few weeks ago.
That's what I said.
Oh, did you say Smile?
Oh, yeah. I said it was like a short film, like right. Smile started with. But yeah. Dude, I highly recommend picking this Blu-ray up though if you can before it's too late, like me and Scarpad did, because it's an Anchor Bay and Weinstein company, and and Dimension. All three of those are like impossible always to get, like even if it's just one. I think it's like what, $12 right now on Amazon. I've been looking for this for years, and funny thing is I found it like a couple days before the stream, so I was able to watch this before.
Well, if it's Weinstein, it's gonna get yanked.
That's why I'm saying I'm like go pick it up if you did enjoy the movie. That's like even Anchor Bay stuff is hard to find. Dimension stuff's hard to find. Weinstein. So I was like, it's a triple
header.
Triple header, brother. I was huge fan of Eli and Spider-Man. So it's really cool to see what he started his career with. Us being major horror fans, I think, like I said, I saw this just kind of scrolling through Amazon maybe about a year before it came out, because I'm pretty sure this was straight to DVD, straight to streaming. I highly doubt it was in theaters,
It gave me like a Terrifier, not verbatim, but like that quality, like it seemed very indie.
Yeah,
it definitely is, because I'm sure Eli Roth got like the money to put up for these guys, and first time directors, and it's just like
right.
This was like, it's a cool idea,
But what's interesting is that it was released in Italy in November of 2014, not released in the States till 2016. But it did make $2.3 million, and its budget was 1.5, so it made some money. Like somebody got a Taco Bell lunch out of it. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I remember I thought the movie takes place in Italy as well. I could be wrong, but I knew I heard something about Italy, and kind of with the March Madness theme being kind of like some Italian crazy films. So that's why I was like, this is kind of like it. And I thought it takes place in like Italy. I think I'm wrong about that. I don't know where I read that, but I was like an Italian.
Was it filmed in Italy?
Like an Italian.
There ain't no Italians in this movie, man.
It was probably filmed in Italy though, because
okay.
Eli Roth.
Hard to say.
Always has to go to like Europe and all these like cheap places. He's kind of like, in a way, like the new age Charlie Band in a way, where he has to go to Europe and all these places to film his movies because it's super cheap out there.
This was filmed in Ottawa.
Yeah, Canada.
Canada,
Which is
always
kinda
the
like-
go-to place.
Canada. Oh, really?
That's another
Well,
cheap
that's
place
not,
to
I mean,
film.
Europe or Canada.
It's out of the country.
But it was
Yeah.
released in Italy, and that may be where it made most of its box office.
Probably.
Maybe this is a big hit in Italy. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe they're like
Mhm.
clowns.
Yeah.
Clones.
Yeah.
That's how it's pronounced. Coin.
Yeah, so I mean, I just stumbled upon this, and honestly, man, I've always really enjoyed it. I kind of went in years ago not knowing shit about it, so when I saw it, I was just thinking it was gonna be kind of stupid, you know, and I was like, this is actually a really cool concept. This guy, this father, kind of what sells houses and renovates them. It looks like, and he's his son's having a birthday party, and they hire a clown that cancels on him, and he has to come up with a backup plan. And what do you know? The house that he's paying to have renovated has this old chest that has a clown suit in it, and he decides to put that suit on and go to the party dressed as a clown. But what do you know? He can't. He ends up being so tired he ends up sleeping in the suit overnight. Wakes up, still has the makeup and suit on, and the wig piece and the nose, and he's trying to take the stuff off, and he's like, I can't get it off, and he keeps trying to figure out ways. Ends up like taking a little power saw and cutting his wrist almost, getting his tip of his nose like ripped off. I think the concept is really cool. It does. I meant to tell my brother, but I didn't want to spoil him because we grew up loving the Goosebumps series as kids. It reminds me of the Haunted Mask, where he puts the mask on and it's
Green.
to him.
Yeah.
But obviously, like this, is a little bit more.
I was describing this movie to someone, and they were like, "Oh, you mean like the Haunted Mask from Goosebumps?"
Goosebumps.
Yeah, I never thought of it until like the other day. I was like, this is actually like the Haunted Mask, bro. But I think it's a cool idea, man. And then they kind of get into the backstory of like what clowns originated as, like Scarp had said, cloynes, that they were like kind of this demonic creature that lived in caves, white pale skin, nose red as fucking Rudolph's reindeer, from the cold, and that they would, try to lure kids into their cave and they would, eat. I thought that was really cool to get some like backstory on like kind of where clowns maybe came from, and then over time they turned into what we know clowns to be now with, the happy face, the silly goose and all that shit. But I think it's a great concept. I think with a little bit more money, it could have been like a real knock out of the park. I still do enjoy it a lot. Some cool practical effects for sure. The clown at the end looks pretty good. I think he could have looked a little bit cooler maybe though. It definitely gets a lot darker towards the end, I'd say, because I think they're trying to hide some of the practical effects a little bit with the clown. But, you get the father who's like trying to cover up what he thinks is maybe a murder that he thinks maybe his daughter. He's like, babe, don't worry, hon. I love you. I'll clean up the mess. And then gets his fucking jaw ripped right off.
From the beginning.
That was great. It's just the whole, if anyone's kind of like claustrophobic, just he's like, it feels like it's the suit is suffocating me. That could be a real fear, man. I think that's like the creepiest part is that like he puts on this old ass suit and it's just like constricting him and like almost choking him and just taking him over it. And I don't know his name. What is it? The guy who usually plays like Russian actors.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah. Fantastic as always. I love when he answers. He's like, "Do not touch the suit." And he's like,
immediately.
"Oh, I'm wearing it." And he's like, "Oh, it's fine." And he's like,
"Yeah, don't worry about it. That's fine."
Yeah, he's like, the material that it's made of." He's like, "But I can't get it off." He's like, "Oh, it's totally fine. The material that it's made out of, it sweats and you start, perspirating and then it gets stuck to you." He's like, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah. I was like, he just totally believes it. And he's like, "So Then when he goes to talk to him, he's like, "So how are we gonna get this off?" I think the dad does great in this. I think he probably wore the practical effects when he becomes the actual clown at the end, or the demonic clown. It's
Yeah, it
crazy
was
though
good.
that mother literally like is willing to like just pick up this little girl and like kind
Feed
of.
it to him.
It's crazy. That was crazy. I could not believe that. Um, but I'm surprised we never really got a sequel for this. Maybe even, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have done more sequels with this. Definitely. Um, I I still, for what it is, man, I do really enjoy it. I think for directorial debut, I'm sure. Does it say the budget, Robbie?
One and a
I'm
half
sure
million.
it was made 1.5 million.
Yeah.
But
But they're probably overblowing that or
yeah, I
under.
was gonna say,
Like,
man, that, they probably had nickels on this
yeah,
thing, man.
what is it? Joe Bob says. He says every time you see the reported budget, it's usually lesser or
Yeah.
greater, depending on the success of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Because,
Stormare wasn't cheap.
was it like Adam Green? Joe Bob brought on Adam Green, and they were like, "Oh, Victor Crowley was made with like $1 million," and he's like, "I wish." And he was like, he literally said he was like, "We made it with like 10 grand." You know what I'm saying? And they were saying like 1 million. You know what I mean? So it's like he's like, "Don't always believe that shit." So that is very true. But yeah, man, I really do enjoy this film. I think it's not perfect by any means. It's not as Scarpat would say, burial ground. But I had a
Not too many movies
I
out.
have fun to it. I come back to it every now and then. But I think it's a good time. I think it's a cool idea. Maybe I'm a big Goosebumps fan, so maybe over even in my head, I wasn't thinking, but I was like, yeah, this is a cool idea. I've kind of, I love it. Love like Goose. I love the Haunted Mask was always one of my absolute favorite Goosebumps episodes. So maybe just subconsciously, I was just loved the idea before I could even think like, oh, that is like that. But I think it's a good time, man. I look forward to hearing what you guys think about it. Even if you don't like it, whatever. I'm glad y'all at least checked it out. I do think it's one that people don't, that they probably overlook. But Steph, man, you kick us off, bro. What do you think about it? I'm sure it's first time watch for everybody up in here. So
I feel like I've maybe seen the clips of this online over the years, but I had heard of this, but I overlooked it because when you guys told me about it last week, I was like, oh damn! Like I looked it up and I was like, I remember hearing about this or something. I just never looked into it. But it was a interesting movie. I respect what they're going for. Like you said, the whole concept with the mask, turning him into a clown demon, and him not being able to take the suit off. It's interesting stuff. He's slowly becoming a monster and doesn't want to. I felt my only really issue with it was that his struggle. At the beginning, I felt they could have shown a little bit more of scenes with him and his kid. So it would have the struggle of him turning into the monster and taking off the suit throughout the movie would have felt, a little bit more heavy. They kind of just like open the movie.
There's not really a big connection between those two.
Right. And so for the ending, it kind of, it didn't really have that oomph to me because they just kind of rushed right into his birthday party, kind of put the suit on. He barely had any scenes with the kid, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it was a very interesting movie. Like Robbie, I was watching this movie, looking for parallels as to like, oh, they chose him for Spider-Man because of this and that. Maybe I think they were just kind of doing the Sam Raimi thing. Sam Raimi started off with a horror movie. They gave him Spidey. Look how that happened. But this was
I didn't even think of that one.
Or the last guy we hired, Mark Webb, sucked, and we only hired him because his last name was Webb. So maybe it shouldn't just be based on
500 Days of Summer is good though, but it was an interesting movie. I think, like you said, Dylan, with a little bit more money, maybe they didn't have the scenes with the kid more and the dad because they had budgetary things, concerns and stuff like that. But I feel like with a little bit more money, this could have been like a modern classic. But it was a solid first effort.
Yeah, because once he does the party and gets the suit, he wakes up next morning, he's just fully trying to like figure out how to get it off. So you
Right.
don't really ever go back and see like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna spend time with my kid. So he's just like,
Right.
I need to get this off. I need to get this off. So they could have.
And that's like 15. Oh, my bad. Go on.
No, I was gonna go ahead.
No, that's like 15, 20 minutes into the movie, and it's an hour and 45 minutes. So it's like a lot of that movie is just spent with him dealing with the suit, and the payoff would have hit a little bit harder had they spent just a little bit more time at the beginning establishing his relationship with the son.
Yeah, they definitely could have. They could have started. First couple, at least like 5. They could have just given you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
That wouldn't went a
like
long
him
way.
with his son at the park, like him playing with his son at the park or something, and or like picking him up from school, taking him to the park and to get ice cream, and then he's like, "All right, son, I gotta drop you off. So excited for your birthday tomorrow. Got like he's got to get ready or something." Then he goes to the
Right.
house and gets the call that the clown canceled, and he's like, "Oh well, I just found this costume or whatever." But
Or just film the clown performance that the dad does. Have a moment there during the party,
Right, because they cut
Yeah.
me out of
set
that.
up for it.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's what's weird is it only takes a moment.
Yeah, that's what
It
it's
could
a
be
few more
30
minutes or
seconds,
a certain moment. Yeah, would have made up for a lot.
yeah,
But it was a very solid first effort.
you kind of got to set that up for that ending, like you said, to really hit home. Because I always noticed that, like, I'm like really, really invested, like an hour, because I think it's an hour 40, hour 35 or something. Like, I'm always really invested, like the first hour and 10 minutes, and then kind of like
Right.
once he transforms into the clown, and they're trying to do like, like that like heartfelt scene almost or whatever. I was just like, I kind of just like, I'm like, I
Yeah.
was like, I kind of like I love the lead up of him like changing and turning into the monster, and it's like almost when he does turn into the monster, I'm kind of like over it
Right.
in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen
Yeah,
it
but I think-
more.
I think
Like I
there's
didn't feel
enough
that way
that's
when I
not too
first
bad.
watched it, but I've rewatched this like maybe 5, 6 times at this point. So I don't know.
Because it's that struggle of him trying to. Yeah, those are probably some of the best scenes of him being enticed by the kids because of the demon suit and him trying to fight that urge or whatnot. And like you said, once he kind of becomes the monster, it's kind of the tension is out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not really that much of that, so that's the benefit there. There's very little with him, blown, monster really.
Yeah.
That's
you
part of
get,
my
you get all
issue.
them like stomach gurgling scenes, and he goes to that
Yeah.
hotel, and the kid's like, "Are you a clown?" And he's like, "You are really hungry," and he's just like going over and over. He's like, "I got some food for you," and he's just like, "Leave me alone, kid." And I'm like, where is this kid's parents at?
Right.
Fucker like gets that because he's trying to kill himself at that point, which that's a good. I love that where he blows
can't
his
kill
brains
himself.
out and the rainbow like
Bruh.
splatter out of his
Like,
brain.
fucking
Graffiti.
sherbet fucking pops out of his head. That's
Yeah.
just so
Yeah,
awesome.
that was good. That was cool. But did you have anything else you wanted to say, Seth?
No, I'll probably just interject when you guys bring up something good, like I usually do.
God damn.
In a good way. You guys help me
All right,
remind.
Scarphead.
You guys help
Right.
me bring up things I can.
No, hey, that's
Well,
that's
I agree.
that's
I
what I love
agree.
about the show.
I agree a lot with
Go back and forth.
Steph. I thought they missed an opportunity by not having a little bit more before the opening scene, where it's just basically, the clown cancels. He just happen chance finds a suit, goes does the party. You don't see any of that, and then we're off. If some of the scenes I think that they shot afterwards, they put in the beginning, it would have been a better movie, I think. But that being said, I didn't think I was gonna like it. The first 5-10 minutes of this movie with this low rent poor man's fucking Matt Damon, which I thought was what this guy was. I wasn't digging it, but I tell you, somewhere after he starts getting stuck in the clown suit, and when they bring in Peter Stormare, I was in, because just as you said, that backstory showing all the clown stuff, Peter Stormare, them researching it, and then the scenes where he's trying to come up. And the thing that really got me is this movie did shy away from, as most of these movies would, of not killing the kids or cutting away. They went full blown into killing the kids. They killed them. It was fairly graphic. He was going to eat them. He ate one of the kids. That's what sold me on this movie, is that this movie had conviction in his story because it went all the way with it. And then, you know, it was good. I like how they set up that the whole family really hates the father. The girl's father doesn't like him at all. I love when he gets his fucking face ripped off. I think they did enough building up to like he's trying to not be the clown and kill himself and stuff that, as I said, there's not a whole lot afterwards because there's not a whole lot you can do with that character. He's just trying to get kids and stuff. The other thing that I thought was good in that same vein is they made the woman have the moral dilemma. He's wanted to save the husband and the son. I'll feed another kid to this thing. And then, of course, she doesn't. She pulls
Not
back.
really a good moral dilemma. She
do
considered it, though.
But she considered it, and that was great, too, because that was something you wouldn't see a lot of horror movies do. So I was pleasantly surprised. I liked this movie. I didn't think I would. I think the guy did. Poor man's Matt Damon. You know, once he gets into the suit and once he becomes the clown, he does a great job. The woman that played his wife, I've seen in other movies. She was pretty good in it. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a decent film for a low budget film. And I agree with you. I'm surprised there was no sequel.
They set it up perfectly.
Yeah, because the
outfit,
outfit,
$2.5 million at the box office. That's the reason there's no sequel.
That's right.
It's a bummer, man, because they could have done.
But I bet it did well on video.
They could have gone deeper, man, into the lore and all that. It just sucks that like Eli Roth hasn't really put out a lot of movies. It's like I don't know. Like
he's been doing like kids.
He's been doing all like that Shark Week shit and like all those kids movies, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad. That's why I'm so glad he's doing Thanksgiving finally.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm a huge fan of Eli Roth. I'm a huge fan of Adam Green. It's like these guys, they haven't got like they put out movies.
Don't give them money, dude, because they're not trying to make Avengers films. They're not trying to do a Superman movie. They're not trying to. Yeah, right.
It sucks.
If Eli Roth had a pitch for a fucking superhero movie, I bet it would get fucking greenlit.
Because, bro, these are the guys that are making original ideas. These are the pioneers of our generation, like Wes Craven, fucking George Romero, and all those guys that did original ideas. Like, instead, it's like, no, let's get fucking whoever to fucking do a remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or let's fucking do a Hellraiser. It's like, dude,
or better yet, let's do a requel.
Nobody can give you original ideas nowadays. It's all fucking remakes.
Yep.
And that's why I try to support these guys to the fullest, because
20 years ago, Dylan, people were saying that same shit, and I was like, nah, there's still good stuff. There still is good stuff. You got to find. There's still a Barbarian. There's still X. There's still Pearl. You know what I'm saying? There's still good movies. Even Smile. There's still good original kind of ideas coming out, especially in horror. But oh my God, everything is just. And I didn't agree with people 20 years ago. Maybe it's because I've gotten old. Maybe this is just what old people say.
Every movie with
everything's been done.
There wasn't that many remakes like in the 70s, the 60s. Well, actually, now that I say it, there was.
No,
they were remaking the 50s shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely true. I mean, there's no money in new stuff. It's all nostalgia.
I don't know the name Fable. It's got Jack Black in it.
I always go back to Star Trek.
House with the Clock in its wall.
Where since 2009 on Star Trek, there's been no new Star Trek. It's been all redos of past eras. What happened in the past is they did 4 shows, but they were all set in the future. They were all new characters. There's no more new characters. That's the problem.
That's what I'm just sick of. Like, I get like shit was popular in the 80s, and then it comes back and it has like a new flame to it. It's like, but dude, if you just do original shit, like look at how we rallied for X and Pearl, and then when Maxine comes out, I guarantee, at least I know, probably 3 or 4 of us will be seeing that day 1 in theaters.
We will, but look at I bet the box office stream Halloween is more,
Yeah, it
they're
is.
finally coming around to doing a Star Trek 5, and you know what their idea is of to do it? No more. Now they're going to redo the Next Generation with a new cast. That's their fucking idea.
But
can James McAvoy play Picard?
I hope so. He probably could do a good job, but I want to see him.
Good.
I want to see it evolve.
I mean, I feel like X did pretty good in the theaters. Like, if that movie was made for like 2-3 million and it's making 10, 12, that's still a great profit.
A24 has got their brand, and they got
Yeah.
like they got people that are going to get into it because first of all they're elevated, right?
Ooh,
And
yeah,
then
they are.
and then like they got a model where like we can spend this much money because we know we're going to make this much. It's why like
Right.
Brian Pulido has been making Lady Death comics for 30 years. It's why Jim Ballant's been making Tarot for 30 years. It's because it's why ICP is so popular, like so successful. Is because once you
So it
realize
is
as
there.
long as we spend this much, we can make this much, we can stay afloat.
Right. Yeah. Well, I feel like Blumhouse is kind of there too, but they got lucky on like Poltergeist.
But their
Hey
movies
man,
are kind of disappointing.
they put out some stinkers, but still, at
Some.
least they're trying to put. They've just gotten
Bruh,
so
all
big.
they
at
got
this
is
point
Jordan
where they
Peele,
like,
man. Let's be honest, okay? If Jordan Peele ain't doing it, like
no
they're just
way,
like,
bro.
Yeah, they've got
Dude,
stuff.
They
There's
took,
movies.
dude. They took fucking Paranormal Activity, made it with a 10 grand, and
that's right.
made
That's
hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what started the company.
I
And
get-
yes, now they're so big that they have fucking so many IPs that shit does kind of go through the fucking washer and it comes out wrinkled. You know what I'm saying? Like
they just feel too corporate for me. Like A24
they've
feels
gotten a
feels
little
bit more art
corporate.
house,
They definitely have, and that's why
Yeah.
A24. I would rally them over. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why they're putting out X and shit. But Blumhouse still does do low budget stuff. It just kind of gets left under the rug, and I feel like it doesn't get the proper attention. So then they have these good ideas, but they're not done properly.
Well, I
So then
think
you're
you're
like,
going to
this
see
sucks.
more and
This
you're
could
going to
have
see
been
more
so
and more originals on something like Shudder, though, and you'll get a lot of dogs on Shudder, but you'll get some
Right.
good stuff on Shudder too.
Well, Blumhouse has like original, like Hulu originals, Amazon Prime originals, where they go directly to their horror movies that go directly. I remember Tentacles. That was a Blumhouse original or Hulu original that me and Robbie really enjoyed. There's a couple here and there, but then there are a lot of stinkers. You know, you just gotta weed through them. Like everything, Shudder has a lot of stinkers, but every now and then you find a fucking banger. You know what I'm saying? That's just horror because they know. And since the dawn of horror, you were able to make a horror movie with nothing, and it might come
Well,
out.
sometimes it's going to be
Yeah.
they need content, they need things to fill up the time, so you're going to get stuff that is just made to fill up the air.
Yeah, but
Right.
it is also like Dylan was saying, like horror films are cheap to make because there's a
Right.
built-in audience already, right? And so they can. And what I like about horror is that because the budgets are smaller, especially in certain moments, like in the 80s, especially the 70s too, but the 80s, the budgets are so small, creativity flourishes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's why like it doesn't get enough credit, and that's where like John Watts here. That's where he got his start. You know what I'm saying? Like so many directors get their start in horror, and they might rise above it and go farther, and then do a Marvel movie, or you know what I'm saying, do a movie that might win an Academy Award. Who fucking knows? Or and then there's some directors that get, you know what I'm saying, tagged for as a horror director, and they get stuck in the genre. But some of them are cool with that. Some are like, damn, you know, I kind of want to do like John Carpenter, like wanted to do a Western so bad. Never really got to make his Western. So he did like vampires, which I always think is kind of like the Western vibe with vampires, you know. And then he wanted to do Firestarter, which had Western vibes too.
That's what I kind of respect about James Wan, though, is because he escaped the horror genre. He did Aquaman, and he came back. He keeps coming back, so he's got a passion for it. Like I used to dismiss him, but like I just rewatched *Malignant*, and I was like, "That's way better than I thought it was the first time."
Right?
It is.
If that was an
really
80s,
cool.
if that was an 80s Italian movie, we would fucking love it.
Right. If I had not been into Italian shit, I didn't respect it as much. And while I'm watching, I'm like, damn, this gives me that vibes. And then I find out afterwards, they consider it a giallo, like James Wan does, which that threw me off.
Well, a third of it's giallo, a third of it's
right.
procedural, like, but
inspired
by there, like the leather glove,
and then the last quarter is a creature feature.
Exactly. It's like it's this weird mix that may like.
It is a little
first
slow
time I
in the
didn't like it
beginning, but
either.
I gotta
The more I
rewatch it.
watch it, the more I love it.
It's fucking dope. Yeah, it's cool. We need to do it at some point if you guys didn't.
Well, it's you know, he keeps coming back to it just because he's a huge horror fan, and that's what I love. You know, you see these guys that are diehard horror fans, and they grew up like how we did, watching George Romero, watching John Carpenter, and they're like, I get my chance to do something. And James Wan is actually doing original ideas. Saw, you know what I mean? Original. Malignant, it might take some inspiration from awesome things that we love, like Giallo, the Italian horror stuff, and he turned it into his version of a U.S. kind of like crazy ass Giallo fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Super stylized.
Yeah. But
when she goes crazy at the end there and just starts killing all those fucking, is it cops, right? She's in the like, that shit's so badass.
See,
all of a sudden, it's like
it.
it's so cool, man.
I totally flipped on it. The first time I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. And this time I'm like, this is amazing. It's like,
that's how I felt, dude. Yeah, that's how I felt. And they actually, the first time I was like, I think it sucked, but at the same time, and I very quickly was like, and I've been saying this with a lot of films, if it was an Italian film in the 80s, Robbie, how would you feel?
It's funny.
Vern, my man.
Yeah.
All right, you're done, right, Scarpad? Vern, what did you think about it first time watch? I'm sure.
Yeah, I liked it for the most part. I have a lot of the same things I liked about it, a lot of the things I didn't like about it that you guys have. I was going to point out your Scarpad. You keep calling him poor man Matt Damon. I thought he looked like Sean Astin in the clown outfit when he was in there. He looked just like him.
Matt Damon and Sean Astin.
Yeah, they look kind of they're in a similar boat.
The mashup.
Yeah. I liked it. Dylan, you nailed it though, dude. I was way more into the first hour. And for me, what I think it was is like I didn't like the wife. I didn't really think she was a great actress. And we talk about it all the time. I feel like I'm always bringing it up. We had the one main character, and then once he's the clown, she's the main character.
Right.
And she couldn't really carry the movie. They should have either made her the main character, made her the main perspective character, or started out the movie with like the two of them. They're in business together. They find the clown suit together, something like that. So that like recast her, first of all, if you're going to do that. But I think that would have made me like it a lot.
She was horrible, but
she wasn't the worst ever, but I didn't like her. When the movie depended on her to carry the movie, I missed the dude that had been carrying the movie.
The problem with the movie, I think, is like no other character likes our main character. They all hate the guy.
Right.
That's the father. She doesn't even seem to like him that much. So,
yeah. But what I did like a lot of things about the movie. The Scarpad, you nailed that too, with putting the kids in danger. All those scenes, the suspense and the direction behind it were super creepy. The bit at Chuck E. Cheese was like, that was probably the best part of the movie for me.
I love that they obviously couldn't like say it's Chuck E. Cheese or show it like they'd have to pay rights for that. But the way they film it, they're at an actual Chuck E. Cheese and you see the reverse reflection of the logo in the glass. I thought that was actually the most brilliant thing in the movie.
That was cool. The bit you guys mentioned with the blowing his brains out. I wish there were more clowny bits like that sprinkled throughout.
He did try the blade, but that ended up killing the kid, not him.
Right. That was probably the best part of that was the other great part of the movie.
And he eats him.
My favorite bit of that is the way they did it afterwards, where after he licks the blood and you just see from outside and the door closes. Like that. That's just great.
But then you see him later on, he's flayed. He's like
the unborn baby bit, dude. When we were talking about earlier, I was thinking like, oh, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it where she's gonna give up her unborn baby and to save the husband. Because if you think about it, that's kind of the option she had. You know what I mean? And I would have been like, hey, if I was in that situation.
I thought that would play way more into it, right?
Yeah,
otherwise, why even have this pregnancy thread?
The clown knew at the end because he was digging into it. I thought he was going to rip the baby out for a second.
And it was the first line of the whole fucking movie, I think. And they do start with her. They start with the wife. So they knew that they had to kind of start with her. But they should have came back more with that. But it was very creepy, and there was some really cool visuals throughout. And he did look cool towards the end when he got super clowny. I thought it was going to be funnier. Did you guys feel like the first 15 minutes, like it was going to be more of a comedy? And then it didn't throughout the rest of it. And I was like, I thought maybe I had just misread the tone at the beginning.
It's got a little bit of tonal clash, I think, for sure.
Yeah. And the other thing, I'll just ask you guys, because I did watch it with commercials. I thought the pacing, it's hard to judge a movie with the pacing, but I thought it was a little choppy. But then again, I was watching it with fucking commercials. So
did I.
It was all right.
I agree with that. The pacing could have
Steph,
It could have been refined.
Did you watch it with commercials?
I did not.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering too, because like every time I watched it on Tubi, right?
Right.
And I was like, this movie feels like it's got pacing issues, but it could be these commercials, right? But like sometimes even like when I watched Stuart Gordon Stuck on Tubi. I was into it the whole time, regardless of the commercials. You know,
right?
This one, yeah. I think Vern's right. I think it does have some pacing issues.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't just the commercials.
Last thing, I just want to say, Steph, like that's why I like doing this, because it's part of the thing why I didn't realize what it was bugging me. But I think that is probably the most important bit is if you had a scene with that kid. So I think you kind of nailed it there. I hadn't thought about that, but it's like, yeah, that was it, the last act, and that whole relationship was missing, and him
right.
as well.
Yeah. Like you said, a moment would have done wonders with just the kid and the wife. And
for sure, but I did enjoy it though, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hell yeah.
And same thing as you said, Dylan. I saw this on Amazon Prime forever. Like I looked at it, and I've almost clicked on this like a bunch of times, but never did. So I'm glad I finally did check it off.
I'm glad you did too, man. That's why I kind of want, like, Scarpat kind of gave me a little inspiration on how he'll do one movie a month that he's never seen. And I was like, I'm always picking movies that like are classics. I was just, because I want to talk about some of my favorites. And I was like, this is one I'm sure that I never hear anyone talk about. And even though I've seen it before, I was like, I kind of like showing you guys movies that maybe you have never seen. And it's definitely a rare occasion when none of you have seen this. So I think that's pretty cool,
Hell's yeah.
So it's either I introduce you to a banger or introduce you to a kind of fun one that you're like, cool, sweet, man, I'm glad I watched it, or I introduce you to a piece of shit.
Yep, complete piece of shit sometimes.
Always
sometimes
those
PO...
Better Watch Out, which I just watched. Listened to a podcast earlier on Better Watch Out, and both the hosts gave it a 1 and a 1.5. It's like you guys missed on that one. I thought that was so interesting. But anyway, sorry.
4-1.
On Better Watch Out, it's just a random thing, but I was enraged by it. I was like,
speaking of that, I need to pick up that Blu-ray because it was just on sale the other day, dude.
Oh, nice.
Before Robbie goes, I just want to say that looks a little like Steph.
I feel like that looks like you.
Man,
I'm thinking
it's
way more like
Scarpat.
I feel like you did that with me once. He put up something of
it's
like
the
Chucky
same
with
hoodie,
a beard,
man. It's
a
the
white
same
beard. He's
hoodie.
like, looks like Verno. I'm like, motherfucker, that looks
Let me
exactly
raise
like
the ears
you.
a little bit.
Talking about.
And I was gonna say, some of those POSs go on to get 4K releases.
Wow.
Maybe because they're like, hey man, if Dylan did a show on it, we at least got Scarpat and Dylan gonna buy it. So let's release it.
Soon when I hold the 4Ks of Burial Ground and the 4Ks of Kingdom of the Spiders in my hand,
right after our
I will
review.
say I have arrived.
Well, you just got to get the 4K of Blood-Sucking Freaks. You'll make the holy.
That's coming out. That's coming out.
Jesus.
I will have the triumphant.
I hate physical media right now. They're just re-releasing bullshit.
Some weird stretch releases.
Thank God for Vinegar Syndrome.
They're awesome. I'm so pissed though, Robbie, that I missed From Beyond 4K with the slip.
Oh, that's already
is it sold out already?
It's sold out, bro. I wish instead of getting the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I got that, man. But I thought that that was gonna sell out first.
Vinegar Syndrome may put it back in stock. You don't know.
No, I wanted with the slip, bro.
Oh, they're just out of the slip already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit. You got to buy that shit right now on eBay, man.
No, dude, it's like
I told Dylan I'd sell mine for $250 if he wants
it. Dude, it's literally like $200. People are trying to get $100 just for the slip.
Holy shit!
The
one that just came out.
I was like, at Vinegar Syndrome, fucking add more slips for From Beyond.
If you want to
look at these $200 eBay prices,
if you want to spec on DVDs and Blu-rays, Vinegar Syndrome's where you need to be right now.
Specking, huh, bro?
Because when they run out, I found out my Dogma Blu-ray is like worth a shit ton of money. Like, right. Oh wow,
that's crazy.
I got Dogma on DVD.
Nice.
But that's what, dude. I got it for like a quarter, and that's worth like $20.
Nice.
Maybe more, but your Dogma's worth like $100.
Yeah, who cares?
How much is Jersey Girl worth?
Probably $2.
I don't know, but if you take it to a used media store, you can get nothing for it. Just a swift kick in the ass on your way out.
That's a fact. Yep, Kingdom of the Spiders 4K coming soon too.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
Soon they will be in my hands, all 3 holy grails.
So Robbie, man, dun dun dun.
First of all, when Scarpad gets all those movies on 4K, that's like the 7th seal, and we're in the book of
We're
Revelation.
fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked at that point.
When the
All
shot
right.
meets the tit biter.
I'm just going to repeat a lot of what's already been said here tonight, but I think the movie's okay, right? It's got things I like. It's got things I don't like. Things I like about it. I love the concept. I thought this was just going to be about, oh, they have to get this random dude to be the clown at the birthday party and he's crazy. But I like the concept that the dad's putting on this costume. He can't get it off. He's transforming into a demon. That's a cool concept. I like that. I love that this movie goes for it. If it has any kind of semblance of Eli Roth or Italian horror, right? Or Italian cinema in general, is that it goes for it. It's killing kids. This dude's eating kids. That's gory. It's got some really good kills, right? Which leads me to another thing I like about it. I like the practical special effects in this film. I think they're really good. Some of the makeup when he's degrading, I think that's awesome. Some of the kill scenes, some of the way the bodies look, that really works for me. I like the cinematography in this film. I think it's shot very beautifully. There are moments where he's in this like blue light when they're in that. Where are they in? Is it like a fun house or some shit that they're in? What is it?
The kids' play place or whatever.
Yeah, the kids' play place. They go to Discovery Zone. I guess it's supposed to be Chuck E. Cheese or whatever, but they go to one of those places and the lighting and shit. It looks cool there. It looks cool. And the gunshot to the head, that's like my favorite practical bit there. The things I don't like is I wrote the editing and the pace. Like, it's not put together very well. And I also got the script is uneven, right? It's got some issues. Like, it loses focus on the main character, on who the main character is. And Vern said that exactly, right? And it does do that where it's her, it's him, it's her, it's him. And it doesn't balance it very well. Like Steph said, it doesn't balance what the actual theme of the movie is, which is his relationship with his kid, right?
Right.
He's neglecting his kid, okay? And what's happening to him is an extension of that in a very hyper-realized way, right? But they don't build that, right? And I'm not saying they need to add 10 more minutes in the beginning, but what they need to do is shave 10 minutes off of this film, because in that last act especially, actually towards the end of Act 2 into the third act, it has some wonky bits where it loses its pace. And I was curious, was that because I watched it with commercials, or was that just inherent in the movie? I feel like it's inherent in the movie, especially after hearing everybody speak on it. It just kind of loses its focus. It doesn't really commit enough to the bit. It's trying to split that focus. And we should have carved 15 to 17 minutes out of this movie and added like 3 to 4 to 5 more in the beginning to establish the fact that the dude is never there for his kid. Right?
Yeah.
Then it would have worked a little bit better. It's got a great concept, great special or practical effects. Another thing I don't like is the CG. There is some CG, especially towards the end, and it threw me out completely. It felt like another movie, right? And I don't know. It just didn't work for me. So all in all, I think it's an okay film. It's got some strengths. It's not necessarily strengths. It's got some promise, but it's got some points where it falters. But that's first-time directors. They made a trailer. They took a gamble. They put Eli Roth's name on the trailer. They got his attention. They got this movie made. Congratulations, you made a movie, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad I watched it. I don't know if I need to watch it again, but I respect John Watts and the team for what they did. It's not as crazy as if Eli Roth directed this movie. It does go for it. It's bold. Yeah. It's bold in certain things. You don't see child murder a lot. Like I swear, like John Watts should do something as killing the children, and just
it might be why
right.
Eli Roth signed up for it. You know, because he's like the first person I saw that
had like Quentin behind him.
I bet Eli Roth was the dude who's like, kill the fucking kid.
Yeah.
right now. Like, eat him.
No,
but
was it Hostel 2? Oh my bad.
Yeah,
that was like the first time I ever saw like a kid just get, in a movie. I was kind of taken away.
And there's not even the kid in the end doesn't like the father because he basically, the mother was still trying to save the father even at the end until the kid says he's not dad.
Well,
he goes, okay.
I don't think he was a bad dad, though. He was good.
No, he wasn't.
Bad dads don't dress up in clown outfits and do all that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Every
He was just
character
like
in
a
this
working dad.
the wife, the father, the brother-in-laws, they all hated this guy.
But he's the bad dad who's trying, but he just doesn't get it, right?
Yeah.
He just doesn't understand why he's negatively affecting this kid's life, and he is. Because the dad is like, by the way, I thought that was fucking Richard Donner for the longest time playing the fucking grandfather.
The grandpa? Yeah.
But he's, it's like you get these ideas through the script and it's showing that they know how to write a script, but it's like, it's just not quite connected. It's like somebody read How to Write a Movie in 21 Days. They wrote a first draft, did a second draft and made it. I mean, and I get it because I did the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I never made a movie. It would have been the biggest piece of shit out there. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it wouldn't have been. Actually, maybe it wouldn't have been. But if you want to help me make a movie, super chat the channel tomorrow night on Rock and Robbie Live. Anyway,
buddy.
We're doing the shot shit tomorrow night too. Like where people can like chats to make me take shots. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. But I think it's okay. It goes there. It's daring. It's bold. But there needed to be a little bit more time on the script, and I don't think they had that time because I think they made that trailer. They had a concept. The concept's great. Eli Roth gets involved. He gets them some funding. They make the movie. I just don't think they had enough time to polish that script. That's all.
Yeah. If you get like the funding that like Smile got, like from a big studio, because that's a first-time director too, but he got a big studio behind him. I think that you could do something a lot better with this, and it could be really like.
Well, one thing I didn't see coming, I thought for sure that the dog was gonna buy it because Dad hated the dog, but in the end, he eats the clown's nose and turns into a clown. I didn't see that coming. That was a cool bit.
Yep.
The dog.
That's actually, I forgot about that. The dog bit's really good.
69 Pictures. That's going to be our production company.
I like that actually.
And we're not filmmakers by any such, but we do love filmmaking. At least me and Robbie do.
The first one we should do a remake of Burial Ground.
We're critics, so we know film in theory, but we would love to actually get our boots on the ground. Now, here's the thing. If all 5 of us, 6 of us, including Fable, if all 6 of us were trying to make a movie, it would be the biggest piece of shit because all of us would have a different vision. Scarpad would be trying to go Burial Ground. I'm trying to go Elevated. Dylan's trying to fucking just make it like the 80s.
You'd have to get some Bush in it.
That's trying to make it like goddamn, I don't know.
I would try and make it like that. You're exactly right.
Yellow with Bush.
Exactly right, dude. Format wise, that's what I would start with.
I'd be like, we need a goddamn switchblade and black gloves, and I want to play the killer.
Bush.
So to sum it up, the movie's aight.
Yeah.
All right.
It's aight. It's good. It's not bad. It's good.
I expected not to like it. I was surprised when I did.
I wouldn't watch it with commercials if that was a choice.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't, but whatever.
I will say though, the commercials I don't even mind the commercials. I just don't like the way it affects the movie. Yeah. I like to be able to take a minute, look at my phone, fucking take a piss.
But Robbie's right. It depends on the movie. Like I watched that fucked up Freeway 2 last night that I didn't think I was gonna love. And it had commercials on it like every 10, 15 minutes, but it didn't bother me at all because I was interested in the movie. It's when the movie's boring, like you said, and you got to sit through 15 minutes of the same commercial. That's when it gets bad.
It's nice to have a natural bathroom break. Let's go make some popcorn.
Right.
You can always hit pause and do that anytime you want. Too.
What'd you watch it on, Robbie? Freevee?
I watched it on Tubi.
Okay.
I, for some reason, thought Tubi would have less commercials, and I didn't actually have any commercials for like the first 30 minutes, and it was fine. But then, like Tubi does, like that last hour, there was like a commercial every like fucking 8 minutes. It felt
Does Tubi tell you ahead? I can't remember because
when it's like commercial coming up.
Is there like it tells you like you've got
make an anthology?
Yeah,
that'd be perfect to make for us to make.
This would be a perfect part of an anthology.
because we all
Like
have our different ideas.
Oh, us making an anthology.
No, I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be perfect for an anthology movie, Clown 2.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, just gotta get the funding next.
I mean,
you could,
I think it'd be a cool comic book.
To DylanAnthony022@gmail.com. PayPal. We don't need to give YouTube any percentage. Fuck that.
That's right. That's right. I just like super chats because they help trigger the algorithm, and then all of a sudden you have a live stream.
When I get my watch hours up, I'll gladly take a super.
Yeah, we'll gladly completely whore out once we get the.
I think I'm close, man. I think I'm like 100 hours or something away.
Nice. We'll get there. March Madness, baby. March Madness.
I usually end up super chatting myself, and that way it goes back into my.
That's a tough one, Polo. Like favorite horror movie.
That's just giving money to YouTube, Scarpad.
I know.
They take 30%.
I will never have super chats because you gotta get to 1,000 first, baby.
I will always have super chats. Now, just remember, when you send a super chat my way on PCP on Rock and Robbie Live, YouTube takes 30%. So add that in. You know.
Oh, I would definitely take super chats. I'm just saying I never will because my channel can't break that 225 mark. So
it's that mentality. It's that mentality, Scarpad. Come on, sky's the limit, bruh. Be like Link. Be a Care Bear if you want.
Exactly. I'm gonna have like rainbows and hearts shooting out.
Man,
Care Bear.
I think Polo really wants us to make a horror anthology, bro, and I'm almost down. I'm about to start writing the script tonight.
What we also do is shoot it on our phones, and everybody shoots.
You could.
I was thinking that earlier.
We'll just all combine it right into one movie.
Who's got the best camera phone? We can get this going.
I got an iPhone. I'm sure most of us
do. We need to stick to like 10 to 15 minutes each, though. If we want to do that.
Oh, I'm thinking like 4.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that's 8 minutes.
Let's make a trailer each.
It's either on Hulu or Peacock. There's something that's called like bite-sized scares or bite-sized horror, where it's all these. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. They're like 90-second little things.
I got a great idea.
Cool.
I already got a great idea for one. I just need a bunch of dead horses. That's all I need. I just need a bunch of dead horses. And I call Brooks. Hey, man, every time a horse dies, can you just kind of like hoard it back for me?
Yeah. Make sure you keep it fresh.
Yeah, put them in the freezer.
I'm trying to collect them up.
I need at least 6.
Yeah. It'd be nice if you get like a little gang of dead horses, just so that we don't gotta clog
the short would be called Dead Horses, and actually it'd be better if they were cows.
You could just go down and get yourself some of those little model horses and just do the stop motion animation,
like the miniatures.
Well, right? Ray Harryhausen action, 1 frame at a time.
Oh, that's not bad. Actually, shit, this is a good idea, Dylan.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna start writing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So I guess we'll get into our rating then. I think everyone has probably said everything they want to say about the movie. If you guys were able to catch, if you were able to watch Clown this past week, throw your rating in the chat below. You know how we roll, 1 to 5 slips. Steph, kick us off, my brother.
I'm gonna give this one. Realistically, I feel it's almost on the cusp of being your average movie. It's not a bad movie. I was gonna say 2.69. I'll give it a 3 because I feel like it was a solid movie, especially for a first effort. But there's just a few things that would have made it a little bit better in terms of motivation for the character, Deep Reach. But yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
That's fair.
3 out of 5. Not too shabby. All right, Scarpet, what do you think, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it I'd say 3's middle of the road, but I think it's just a little below middle of the road. Average. It's actually a little bit above average. I'm gonna give it a 3.25.
I was waiting for it.
2.5.
All right.
3.25. My brain had to think about that.
All right, bro.
All right. I'll give it 2.69. I think it's middle of the road. There's things I like about it. That I think it's hard to put my finger on anything I really dislike about the movie. It's just little things here and there that add up to middle of the road for me.
Oh yeah, 2.69.
2.69.
What's up, Kevin? How you doing, brother? We'll wait till Robbie gets back and I'll just go. Or there you are, brother. What's your rating, my man?
Oh shit! Well, can I talk about the theme real quick?
Of course.
So
Oh, I forgot about that. We like talked like everything over. And
I get it. I just want to. So the theme is supposed to be about this fact that this dude's hurting this kid, right? He's too busy for the kid. He's not paying attention to him, and so he's not even realizing it. He thinks he's doing the right thing. Oh, I'm a dad. I'm busy all the time. I'm trying to make. But if you want to have a family, and I'm no expert in this, but if you want to even have a life, and this is something I've been learning recently, you can't just be busy all the time. You just can't like use needing to be busy or having a purpose as an excuse not to live, not to enjoy life, not to be there for people, right? You got to make time, right? And so he's very easy. Oh, I'll just throw on this costume or whatever. It's haphazard. He's just throwing it on. He's just bullshitting his way through it because all he wants to do is get laid that night, right? Right? You get the idea that like maybe it is that like he cares about his kid and all that stuff, right? But when he puts on that suit, it throws into this idea of what is he becoming? The kid just wants to have his dad. He doesn't care if there's a clown at his party. He just wants his dad at the party. If the dad would have just shown up, he would never put that bullshit costume on. And then because he did, he's not trying to be there for the kid. He's trying to just provide, like, what does the kid want? A clown? We'll get him a clown. The kid wants his dad there. And he's putting on this clown costume. And it's kind of like leading to the idea of what is he becoming? He's hurting his kid. He's killing kids in this movie, right? And so that theme is there. And I think it's solid because of it. But it just doesn't quite get there. So for me, like I said, I love the concept. I love that it goes for it. I like the cinematography. I love the practical effects. I don't like some of the CG there. I think the script's uneven. You lose focus on the main character. You lose focus on the theme. It doesn't quite nail it. It's got some pacing issues. It's got some editing issues. But for me, it's still enjoyable. I think it's okay. I'm going to go 3. You digs. 3 slips. 3 backlogs. 3 fucking ripped off fucking clown noses. Whatever you want to call it. I'm giving it a 3. Pretty average, pretty solid, not bad, not great, but pretty solid.
You gave it a 3. Nice.
Yeah, 3. What did everybody else get? I missed all.
No, basically the same. I just said I didn't know you seemed like a little bit lower than everyone. Everyone gave it a 3 except
what it does well. It does really well.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
What Link do?
You said 269.
I went 269. What did Link do? I forget. I thought he went.
He did 3.
Oh, okay. I'm the low end. Damn, dog.
I think just what it does well. And what it doesn't do well, it just doesn't do well because it's first-time directors, and I understand the intent. I think there's a lot there. I think this is, I hate to say that people need to remake movies. You could remake this movie, make it tighter, make it leaner, make it work, and it'd be really good. It could be a 4.
Or you could even just give it a sequel that's like kind of like it's just going to pass on to someone else, so it still is like a remake sequel in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just call it something else, right? Like not Clown 2, but like something.
Clown.
Also, it's hard to stick out
in
baby. a lot of crazy clown movies, and we're not in the VHS era anymore. So we're not going to the rental stores, but we are browsing through Netflix, through Amazon Prime, and shit like that.
Right.
And
this was like
to be honest, the thumbnail stood out for me. If I would have seen this, I would have probably checked it out. So
yeah.
How does this kind of want How does it stand up with? Didn't Rob Zombie do a clown movie?
No.
I thought he did.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
No, but did he do another 30?
He did. They're like in a. It's that's not a clown.
Oh yeah, but it's like the same type of clown as Captain Spaulding, just the face paint.
Oh okay.
Right. Would you guys rate it, Dylan, Robbie?
Because the one guy who plays
I gave it a 3.
The one guy who plays Richard, what is it? Richard Brake.
Yeah.
He like gets pissed. He's like, what is it? Or he's like, you think I'm a fucking clown? And he like flips out. I want to say.
Goes Joe Pesci on him?
Do I make you funny? Do I make you laugh? Am I a clown?
But yeah, I'm like kind of right where Scarpad is. I kind of want to say because it's first time director. I mean, it's a tough gig at first time director, especially having no money.
Yeah.
They really just had like the fact of like they made this minute, trailer, and then John Watts wrote a script for it, and it's solely kind of laying on the back of Eli Roth, like headlining.
I
it,
just
almost
enjoyed
like
it more
with
than I was
Hostel.
gonna.
Hostel, nobody would have went to go see Hostel until you see From Quentin Tarantino presents Eli Roth Hostel. When you see that Quentin Tarantino, you're like, what the fuck is
Oh,
this?
for sure. That was the first thing I saw on the
Exactly.
trailer, like on the poster. I remember seeing it on the poster at the theater, being like Quentin Tarantino. I was like, I gotta watch it.
If he's fucking
Co-signing.
Co-signing, you're like,
and then you were like, it's the guy that did Cabin Fever. Like at that point, we had seen Cabin Fever, right?
Yeah,
so,
true.
Yeah,
true.
we already know who Eli Roth is, and now Tarantino's involved.
Yeah. So it's just like, fuck yeah, bro. I do enjoy the film. It will be one that I go back to. I have a soft spot for like killer clown movies. Obviously, one of my all-time favorites, Killer Clowns. One of the first horror movies I watched as a kid. I love me some It. So I think I'm gonna agree with my boy Two Gun and go 3.69. Yeah. So, and my boy Evan gave it he was debating on a 2.5 or a 3. And normally, honestly, I'd go like 3.25, but I think for what he's done after this, I think I'll go a little higher, like I said, 3.6.
His next movie was with Kevin Bacon,
Yeah, and then this man went straight to Marvel, a few years later, and it's like, dude, he's come up. Station Eric, what's up, brother? It's like, that's pretty damn cool, and it'd be cool one day to see him kind of go back and maybe like be like, yeah, I've always had a sequel kind of in the books, and now that he is like a big guy, like maybe he could fucking get like some money for it.
I've never, as soon as Steph said the Kevin Bacon thing, I had to look it up. Cop Car.
That's what
that was a good movie.
Yeah,
that was a really good movie.
I have never seen that, but yeah, it's Clown, Cop Car, and then Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, and he was going to do Fantastic Four. I mean, he had already done Spider-Man, but that Marvel,
which it would have been so perfect for him to do Fantastic Four, since him and Spider-Man kind of had like,
But now he's writing another thriller now, though. It's a movie called Wolves. It's a thriller film. It's going to be released on Apple TV, and it stars and is co-produced by George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Holy crap!
Apple TV, wow. Man. Does anybody
making
have
it come
Apple
up?
TV? Because I hear things, but I've never watched anything. I
think that's why he kind of wanted to take a break from Marvel, because he's like, I kind of want to step out and do different things. Like he would
have done Fantastic Four,
went and started doing Marvel movies, and now he's like, I kind of want to do, maybe go back to some independent stuff. And
But I'll tell you what, if you got George Clooney and Brad Pitt on board, you got a hit. So like, I'm happy for him. I'm gonna watch it.
Seriously,
those are two of the sexiest men in Hollywood, man, and have been for 20+ years. We're gonna watch that. Fuck yeah.
Fuck 30+ years, bro.
Yeah, no shit.
We're getting old,
bro. We're old. Damn, man, I had to let that sink in. You're right. 30.
A pregnant pause.
Yeah.
I just turned 60, so fuck all of you. All you fucking young wannabe motherfucking old people.
That's what the late 30s and early 40s is, right? Wannabe old people.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's up for a sequel. And yeah, in a way, I wish that he could do Fantastic Four, since that's not even for a few years. Like, it's like, go make a couple movies and then come back.
We got what's his name?
He'd be attached,
right? We got WandaVision guy Shankman or whatever.
Jake Kasdan.
I just think,
or Matt Shackman. Matt Shackman, I believe. Yeah,
really well. Since he did Spider-Man, and obviously Spider-Man and Fantastic Four have a close relationship, so I thought that could have been
after the second week of Ant-Man was blown away by Cocaine Bear. I think all future movies are canceled.
I'll tell you this too. Not only was this dude making Marvel movies, he had to make a Marvel and a Sony movie at the same time. He did 3 of those. I think he's fucking done. I think.
Yeah, he would have been. Fantastic Four would have been another 6, 7, 8 years of him not being able to do other projects. So
exactly, yeah.
So we got a 3 from my boy Evan, 3.69 from Two Gun. We got a 3 from Steph. We got a 3.25 from Scarpad, a 2.69 from Vern, a 3 from Robbie, and a 3.69 from me. I'd say we got an average score of 3.269, or it could be 3.169. It's one of the two. Someone look that shit up.
I was right there with you. I like where you went with it.
So yeah, that concludes 2014's Clown, directed by John Watts, produced by the legendary Eli Roth, baby.
It's about to be the
The
late. He's got to finish Thanksgiving first.
I know. He has.
Fuck Shark Week. Fuck VR shit. That's the other thing. Eli Roth's been doing these ER movies, these VR fucking movies, right? Or experience.
Oh yeah, I watched one of those.
Did that come out yet?
The Valentine,
yeah, it's on Facebook actually. You can.
Dude, I totally forgot about that.
That is cool. I watched it, and you're in the middle of the room with all the actors, and when you spin around, they're all behind you and all around you. Pretty cool.
See, I don't have you're gonna have shit to put in your eye, right? I don't have one of those, man. Like that's.
Well, you can watch it regular too.
You can watch it regular too.
That's bullshit, though, man. That's not how it's made.
The experience, yeah, you can tell the experience is supposed
It's like
to be
watching
for
a full frame version of The Godfather, man. Who would do that? Come on.
How long is it, Scarpad? It's like 20, 30 minutes?
23 minutes, something like that, yeah.
That's cool, man. It's the future. I can't
Yeah,
fucking
I
wait.
gotta get an Oculus. What, you put your phone on it or something? Is that how
No,
it works?
it's just a standalone thing.
I have no
It's
idea.
like a couple hundred.
What is this? You talk about how you're
Like
60.
Bluetooth.
I'm older than you, bro. I'm like, what's the fucking?
Yeah, the Oculus is about $400. I just had the PlayStation VR, which is worlds above the Oculus, but I sent it back. So it has issues. But
What's the cheapest way to fucking do it? You guys spend like $300-$400 to do it.
Oculus, as long as you're buying.
That's the cheapest.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. Is what it is.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. But what's kind of exciting about all that? I feel like the horror genre is going to be the most exciting place to make those movies, right? Like a lot of people are like, you're not going to make romantic comedies in VR. You're going to want to make horror movies.
Imagine somebody like running up behind you or something in that.
You turn around and
cool.
shit.
You turn around, you turn around, you got the complete 360.
Fuck.
And you can even they even do concerts where you're in the middle and you turn around and it's all around you.
Oh, that's cool.
I did one last week where you're skydiving. You know how you can, when you skydive, you can go down with a buddy and you're hanging out with the dude. Well, you can hang out with the dude as he's jumping out, skydiving with you. It's very cool.
That is cool. Imagine like you're watching Halloween and you're like looking around and you see Michael like in a,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's watching the movie you didn't know he was.
And you can watch all your movies in virtual theaters and stuff. Really in theaters, and like you're right there with popcorn and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
God, that's fucking.
It is, dude. We're all gonna be doing this show like to get a virgin. It's gonna be like the fucking Star Wars.
But you better off to
We're all-
you can try
you know what I
one.
mean?
We're all around a table,
Yeah.
fucking
You can
eating
try
virtual
one someplace.
popcorn.
Some people do get violently ill from VR. It doesn't bother me, but some people can't handle it. So
Probably my favorite thing on the internet is people playing games and turning around and running into a wall.
Yo.
Like,
I was having this conversation earlier. They were like,
on the money,
you gotta be
bro.
kind of careful.
Right on the money.
I got forced into a game of Diablo 3 last night, and I was
169.
that's awesome.
I got thrown into a game of Diablo 3 randomly last night, and I was so uncomfortable. And then somebody today was like, I was telling the story, and they were like, have you ever done like a 3D game? I was like, yeah, I was at a friend's house. I played this one where I forget what it's called, but like people are coming at you and you can speed time up or slow it down or some shit like that. And you have to dodge bullets and shit. I tripped over a fucking table, bro. I lost all sense of anything, man. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Looks like the blonde chick from Cobra Kai is the main girl in that Be Mine, Eli Roth.
Yeah, it's a blonde
It's
girl.
on Instagram. It's on Instagram and Facebook.
What blonde?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm about
Oh,
Tori.
Meta.
I
Who you
sent
talking
the
about?
thing in our chat.
What blonde chick? Who are you talking about? Cobra Kai.
Um,
Talking about Tori?
yeah, Tori from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
She's the main chick in
Okay, I'll watch it. She can get it.
yeah, she can. Hopefully she's of age.
Oh, she's
98.
She's of age.
She's definitely of age.
yeah.
Yes, y'all. Come on.
You're like, yes, y'all.
Isn't Jenna Ortega 98?
So yeah, what was that?
And
Jenna
even,
Ortega.
even if she's not
I
technically
think so. Yeah.
of age in the movie, as long as she's technically of age now, not when the movie was made, it's still cool.
Wait, what?
Huh?
I just
said,
nodded and
you must-
smiled.
Wait, what? Wait, I mean,
If you
what?
lust after somebody, let's take
So you're trying to say if she recorded the movie at 10 and if she's 21 now, it's okay?
Say I was lusting after Hermione from
You better take
abandon the bit. Abandon
Okay.
the bit.
Abandon the bit.
Well, that would be improper.
Abandon.
If Hermione now was 28, it's cool.
It's still not cool to like her when she was 13.
But you're technically not.
You can like Hermione the actress now, but you cannot like her in Harry Potter.
Emma Watson? Wait, who is it?
Yeah.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, yeah.
She's amazing. She's amazing. She's like super smart. A lot of degrees. She's the whole package, bro.
You ever like think about someone like that, you like some sexual experience you had in high school, and then realize like, oh, I can't think about that anymore. That girl was underage.
But you were at the same, right?
I have
not anymore.
Now I will.
In that memory, you guys both were though.
No, to be honest, I don't
fantasize
fantasize about my sexual escapades in.
I never said
fantasize.
I said thought.
I wasn't good at sex in high school, man. Like, trust me, I was terrible.
Hey, you might not have been good, but the women were hot.
Were they?
Well, just everything is.
I think it was all hormonal. That's what I think, man. I don't know.
That's probably true. You go back now and look at them, and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Your best years have passed you by.
40-year-old virgin when the guy's like, he's like, I tried the one time, and it's like this big chick, and then he like kicks her in the face and shit. But yeah, so that'll wrap up the clown. What do we got coming next Saturday for March Madness? We got Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat.
Oh, he's a poser.
We need this.
Hey, you're the one who sent me the Blu-ray for this.
Right.
So you're the reason why this is happening. So now you've been redeemed.
Hey, I might have the Blu-ray.
You've been
the guy is a
redeemed in
poser.
Robbie's book because this was basically because of Rob Scarpad, because he sent me the Blu-ray and I was like, fuck yeah, we gotta review this.
I mean, I love this movie, and I just want to like point out that Mike Matthews, the way he put the cat's paw on the logo is pretty dope, right?
Yeah,
it's the first time he's ever broken the fourth wall like that. I guess
he nailed every fucking thumbnail for this. Like he nailed them all, bro. Like honestly, some of the best. Like he is just he is on the money with his thumbnails. Like he's gotten it down to a T. I'm loving it. Loving it. Shout out Mike Matthews. So yeah, we got The Black Cat coming next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and this Monday to continue March Madness on PCP, Pop Culture Philosophers, Dario Argento's Tenebrae.
I'm so excited to watch this. I've already watched it like 2 times this week. I don't usually pull the Verno because but I did.
Dude,
I watched this 2 fucking times. It will be 3 by the end of it because I'm halfway through the commentary. But holy cow. So
I gotta get that 4K box set, bro.
It's a good one.
I gotta get that. I tried to buy the Blu-ray like 2 years ago, and it was sold out, Robbie, because you were able to get a copy, I believe, and then my copy never showed up. And I'm like,
Synapse one, right?
Yeah,
right. Yep.
So I should have pulled the trigger on this one. I gotta see, but it's like $45 or something.
It was like $39 when I bought it.
I got one for like $28. I don't know what it was. It's the 4K. It didn't come with a slip. It's not like the big nice one with the poster and all that. But I just said, fuck it. I just wanted to get it, you know. I didn't want to spend.
I really wanted that big box set. I thought you did get the big thick set. Maybe that was Scarpad.
I did for Deep Red. Scarpad got it.
Oh, Deep Red was the one you got it for. That's another one I want to get too.
I'll tell you this, y'all. I mean, I don't like to make super bold statements, except for I do. But like, I think Tenebrae is the best score in an Argento film. Like,
real, even over Suspiria.
Over Suspiria. I'll be honest, man. I listen to this one more than I listen to Suspiria. I can listen to the Tenebrae soundtrack anytime, bro.
Hell yeah! I definitely gotta check it out for the review.
I think Deep Red might be my favorite one.
Dude, I mean, back in the 80s, he was just fucking killing it. I mean, we don't get Prince of Darkness from John Carpenter if it wasn't for Argento, you know. And then before Robbie's show at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Scarpad will be reviewing on his channel at 7:45 p.m. Eastern this Monday, Brandon Cronenberg's.
The son of Cronenberg.
Infinity Pool, yeah, the son of Cronenberg.
A Cronenberg's Infinity Pool.
Cronenberg, yeah. So it will be a good Monday. We get Infinity Pool first from Scarpad, and then right after, Robbie will be doing Argento's Tenebrae. That will be a great Monday night.
Some elevated horror right
then
now.
continue the week next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Lucio Fulci's Black Cat. We got some goodness coming. For you guys next week. And we get Scream 6, so there will be no Twilight Zone episode next Friday because I'm going to see Scream 6, baby.
You going to see it Friday or Saturday or Thursday?
I want to go see it Thursday, but I think I'll have the kid. So I'll probably just go. See, I saw Scream 5 with my lady last year, so she said that she would take off work and we'd go see it Friday. I like so badly, like if somehow someone, because sometimes since I work Thursday, somebody has to usually watch my stepson like for an hour. Sometimes they end up taking him or he stays the night. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes my girl's dad will just come for an hour and then dip as soon as I get home. So if he's like being watched by someone, I like almost wanted to go see it Thursday and then Friday. But I know 110% I'm going Friday. Even if my girl tries to say, oh, something came up. Well, something came up for you, not me.
I just want everybody to know that I will be seeing it next Thursday at 1.
And he'll be spoiling it
and if you get an email from me later that day that just says IFD, you'll know.
Yeah, well, you'll be blocked.
IFD, it's fucking.
It's gonna be Friday afternoon at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and Skybait's gonna be like, I feel like that character should have lasted.
A movie, well, on purpose.
I don't even want to know what your opinions on it, though. That's what I don't want the review.
I won't be doing my out of the theater. Well, maybe I will be, but don't watch it.
There's going to be like a moratorium.
I was going to say, hold your horses there.
Right? A moratorium.
I called you out on spoilers 2 days ago.
Yeah, the DHS back chat. There's a moratorium on Scream 6 fucking spoilers till we've all goddamn seen it. Okay? We can't even talk about, like Bert said, we can't even talk about whether you liked it or not.
Yeah, I don't want to hear shit. You know what? And I'm obviously I'm not gonna say shit, but I think I saw a fucking leak, dude. I don't know,
dude.
But I was scrolling.
The last, like,
I saw someone. Weeks. I'm not gonna fucking say shit, but I don't know. I tried to be like, nope, didn't see it. But I saw
dude, I haven't seen it.
It's false news. It's false news.
It might be.
Pray to God I don't.
Yeah.
Because I've heard like the last 2 weeks at least, people on the horror chats have been saying like, stay away. It's Scream 6 spoilers all around. Stay away. And
yeah, there's a real leak out there, so watch out.
Wow.
Guys, this ain't fucking War and Peace, man. It's a dude that runs around in a black outfit.
Don't condescend to me, Scarpack, goddammit.
No, I'm kind of curious.
You burial ground loving son of a bitch.
The rest of us are among the generation. I think you guys like Scream is a big fucking deal. To me,
dude,
you know what I mean?
That was my first big movie franchise.
I will tell you.
I'm a '90s kid.
I liked the first one. I didn't care for any of the other ones. I had to rewatch them, and then I liked them. I didn't like. Two.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah, Scarpad, for like to make it make sense for your generation. This is like our Gone with the Wind or Wizard of Oz.
Like you're Gone with the Wind. Fuck how you fucking.
Bro, the first movie I watched with my girl.
I got
when I first started.
This is our metropolis. This is our
Scream 3 on.
Oh, I was gonna say 5 and 3 are probably on the lower tier.
This is the Hot Topic exclusive splatter.
No, it was funny because
Ghostface, they said to me this week, fucking crushed to bits. So
because they knew you didn't respect the franchise enough.
I know.
I got something crushed to bits for the mail too. I'll show you in a little bit.
It came crushed.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man,
it's already on its way back.
Everybody's already on its fucking crushed.
My fucking poster came ripped, and I'm pissed about that.
Which one?
Oh, we'll get to it if you stop talking. I'm just kidding, Scarpad. You know I love you.
You know, people of my fucking generation can't shut the fuck up.
I think all
of us. Is that a thing?
We have limited amount of time left, and we gotta say everything we can.
Don't condescend to Scarpad about Scream, Robbie.
All right, my bad, Fable. My bad.
Dude, funny thing is, you guys know I'm a 90s kid. So Scream was one of my mom's favorites. And plus, that one's like, there's not nudity and stuff. So that's was one that's very accessible for me as a young buck.
It started in the fucking 90s where they were so fucking afraid of showing a tit. And fucking goddamn horror is knives and tits. And
but Rose McGowan is straight up.
I want to see Drew Barrymore spread out in a fucking kitchen in a fucking.
Bro, you'll never see that.
Right.
Didn't she post for Playboy?
Yeah, and watch Poison Ivy then, if that's what you're after. Like, at least Rose McGowan's nipples are trying to cut right through that sweater in that
way. Exactly. Like razor blade.
There wasn't really. I mean, Scream 1, there wasn't a lot of blood and gore in that movie either.
There was
well done, though.
It was for 1995 or 6 or whenever it was, right?
Yeah.
It was. Yes. But it's not comparatively.
I mean, dude, like Drew Barrymore's guts are hanging out when she's hanging from the rope.
Yeah. That's the most gnarly part, probably, is the opening.
It probably
doesn't her boyfriend get gutted?
I thought her liver was. They said they found her liver in the mailbox.
Yeah.
Aren't they sure her boyfriend with his guts hanging out when he's like tied to the chair?
It's no fucking City of the Living Dead where she's using them up.
No tits were bit off.
But her shit is cut open and something's hanging out.
I want to rewatch it. Well, I would rewatch it if fucking Amazon didn't lose my steelbook of number 1 gone.
I think he proved that you could make a splash.
You got one coming tomorrow. Stop hating.
No, next week I had to reorder. I'm surprised it didn't sell out. Amazon made it.
I told you it wouldn't sell out, bro. It just came out.
I think I just realized that Scream was elevated horror.
So. Maybe
I said number 1 just came out.
I was watching this
one
today.
Just came out.
I saw this thing on YouTube. It was recommended. It was like Joe Bob Briggs on elevated horror. And I watched it, and he was just doing this bit about elevated horrors, like films at high altitudes, right?
Elevator horror.
What was that one movie?
It plays an elevator.
You know me and my bit about elevated horror. They've been making this shit forever. And he said it the best way. He goes, because Darcy goes, elevated horror means modern films that are made with like more cultural and social themes, right? And he goes, they've been making that shit since Frankenstein. They've been making that since before that, since horror films have been involved. He goes, elevated horror is a term for people that don't like horror films to explain a horror film they like.
It's fair enough.
There's people out there that refuse to watch anything from overseas. No, that means no English, no Hammer, no Italian. They just won't do it. Or the subtitles, God forbid. So people are missing out on a huge chunk of good stuff because they won't watch, or it's black and white. But mostly even the Hammer stuff. They won't watch Peter Cushing, and that's too slow for them.
Well, I mean, I totally get that shit, man. I totally get it. You have to like get into it. You have to.
We can't.
It's so much slower and less entertaining in a lot of ways, and the stories aren't as well.
I think it's just a lot of ways.
We can't.
You have to be into it for historical reasons and almost an academic reason to really enjoy older shit.
We can't blame the current generation for how they were raised on entertainment, right? We can't blame that. Like they were raised with like people that are like 20 or something like that in their 20s, right? They were raised in like more like truncated forms of entertainment. And I'm not saying like TikTok this, TikTok that, right? But like the way MTV started with our generation, where like every movie, like look at these movies from the 60s and 70s or even before, they hold shots, right? And then in our generation in the 80s, MTV comes around, music videos, you can't hold a shot for more than
cut.
Count it. And it's
I watched today, and I threw it up on the server. I watched it today. Just came out, the very new version. It's 1959 movie called The Bat with Vincent Price. If you've seen it, it's a whodunit. It's really like Glass Onion, really like, Knives Out. Took a lot from that, but it was so shot and acted and just written so well that if you don't watch a movie like that, it's just, you're missing out because it's just so
good. That's why some of the A24 films stand out because they hold shots. Yeah. They have wide frames,
very lingering,
right?
Yeah.
And they linger, they build, and they're
all
inspired like Kubrick. Every A24 horror film director will tell you that The Shining is their favorite movie, and like you see that in their films, like the intention, and you don't get that in a lot of modern films anymore. But that's something I would dare anybody to do. Watch a movie from each decade, from the beginning of cinema all the way through. Just pick one random movie. Count how many times they hold a shot. Like count
the average time nowadays is like you said, 3 seconds.
I think
3
it's
seconds
less than
cut.
like a second now.
It's
It
one
could
of those
be yeah.
If sometimes you don't even want to think about that because if you start noticing it while you're watching something,
it takes you out of.
It'll fuck up your whole experience.
Well, do it as an
the other thing
experiment.
too is don't pigeon yourself into a genre either. Don't just stay with horror or science fiction. Go back and look at stuff like the Laurel and Hardy and the Marx Brothers and stuff like that because it all ties in.
Charlie
It all
Chaplin,
moves forward.
Abbott and Costello.
Yeah,
Right?
any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at the silent films. Fritz Lang. You know what I'm saying? And Murnau or whatever, who did, is that the guy that did Nosferatu?
Yeah, I just got the Caligari one.
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Oh my God. Like, what a great movie. Metropolis. Like, I just got that Blu-ray with the, like, they found more footage since the last time I've seen that. Right. You know, and like those, like, all I want in cinema right now is London After Midnight. Can we find if we could just find a print of that, that would be a miracle. Like, I'm sorry. But I'd like to dive back into the past. We can't fault the younger generation for not being brought up for that, but that's why we do Dylan's Horror Show. That's why we talk about these films. That's why we talk about this stuff with passion.
Spotlight.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Scarpad, you're right, though. You need to do a Scarpad rants and just like go off.
Grinds my
I thought
gears.
it was very level-headed.
Super stoned and just go off, bro.
Start with the Invisible Man. Do one on that.
That's a recurring thing
don't even get him.
just back chats, y'all. Just so you know.
We still have show and tell. Don't even mention it. Don't even touch it.
We might as well go ahead and get that started then, Dylan, because this has been a great show, everybody. Holy shit.
Hell
March
yeah.
Madness, y'all. Celebrating the insanity of cinema all month
Great
long.
way to kick it off, brother. All right, so who wants to kick off March Madness, his first show and tell?
I'll
Steph?
show you my quick thing.
You got to get out.
No, I just got this one fucking thing, and I'm bummed about it.
Ooh,
It came.
beautiful.
I'm super excited about it, but it came. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you. See the big dent?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Send that baby back.
man.
That's a $40 steelbook. Send it back.
Nah, yeah,
Oh.
you got.
Yeah, there's no way I'd keep that for fucking $4.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So,
Bruh, what?
yeah, I know.
Is that Amazon?
The
I'll go
dent
I'm okay.
is worse enough.
Hey, what do you guys think? I'm not gonna. I already know I'm not gonna. But you think they would
And ripped
charge
too?
me if I sent it back without the poster?
How do they know the poster was in there?
Bro,
They
straight up. Keep the fucking poster.
Yeah,
Keep the poster.
Really?
for that. They sent you that bullshit copy. Yeah, keep the poster.
Bro,
All
that
right,
way you can hang up
They-
both
I
if you want.
promise you.
Was
they
that
will
was that
not
Amazon
know.
or direct from the
That was Amazon. It's
They
dude. The
fucked
other
up.
They're
thing.
not gonna notice.
Don't get me
My
wrong.
Amazon, man,
poster
they
has a
suck.
huge rip across the middle of it.
Really?
So annoying, yeah.
Do you guys
So-
think this is kind of lame? Okay, first of all, the cover that's cool. You got a whole back. You're just gonna leave
So
it blank on a
fucking
steelbook?
lame,
yeah.
bro?
Look at that. What?
Give
Dude,
me
Too much
something.
blank
Anything.
space.
because
That's it,
even the I
The
have
German
another,
one I
like,
got
have a
that's a book
Blu-ray
looked at it.
steelbook, and the back has like the chainsaw on it instead
Yeah.
of just these
That's
blank-
exactly
that
what I
would've
was
been
gonna
sweet.
say, dude. Just put the fucking chainsaw on it.
It's like
This
anything,
is-
just plain white.
That's what it looks like on the inside. I
Yeah,
have a
that's
feeling
alright.
a
That's
couple of
badass,
you
though.
have this already, but I figure you don't want to rip it all apart and show people. So
Yeah.
I
You
figured
gotta
I'd show
send that, you
you
gotta
guys
send that
everything.
back. Don't let me get away from that, man.
Oh, I've already got it. The new one's
got
on
it.
its way. I've just got to take this.
You should
GPS.
stop
They'll
on
take
it.
it.
Colonel's just got to get to a
For
Whole
free.
Foods, y'all. That's all he's got to do.
Yeah, they send a replacement for free, and then you just send the old one, the fucking busted one back. That's crazy.
I was at
They
Whole Foods
fucked
last
that
night. There was
one
like
up.
a line of 8 people returning shit to Amazon. I was like,
Really?
what the fuck?
They haven't been doing well of late.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping the poster.
Well, I mean,
Hell yeah.
if they're sending
Yeah,
people
I
stuff
would
like
too.
that,
Literally, because I was thinking about ordering another one just to get a new poster, dude.
Well,
Because
say
I
what
want
you will, though. I mean, Amazon ships shit haphazardly sometimes. However, they will take care of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
They'll take care of
it's true. Yeah,
And it'll be there in like
They'll
a
send you
couple
another one
days,
that's
so it's
busted.
like-
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'll never complain too long about Amazon. It's amazing. They're a button on my
As
phone.
long as
shit
you can
shows
get
up.
that replacement and it's not sold out, that's the thing.
That's the
Like,
thing.
if
Yeah.
it sells out, then it's like you're fucked.
Yeah, we love Amazon here because we buy from Amazon. We want to be sponsored by Amazon, and Dylan works for Amazon. So
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, Dylan's the one that kicked Bruno's case in half. But,
Yeah.
And actually, when
Yeah.
Verno
Yeah.
used to work with
Yeah.
USPS,
Right.
Verno could tell us
Oh,
some shit.
I actually delivered this.
Oh, you got yourself to blame then. Did you throw down your own step?
he He didn't
every
realize
time Verno
it was
gets
his.
something,
He was
he's like, "Is
aggravated
this
with a
Amazon?"
disgruntled customer.
Like,
My
every time
mailman,
Verno
no
gets
shit. We
something
have a
fucked
gate
up-
in front of my house. My mailman pitches everything he fucking delivers right out of the step.
Every time Verno gets something fucked up, I bet he goes, "Is this Amazon? Or it's one of those
Or was it
that post office that we're fucking around all the goddamn time."
I get it now.
I bet this was Jeff. I bet Jeff delivered this shit.
I wanna
You
ask
fucking asshole.
Verno, as
I got
somebody
your
that
number, fucker.
as somebody that
Don't
went
forget
through the
that.
whole training thing, Verno, I want to know: do they tell you guys that if you get a package that says "fragile, do not bend," then you instantly bend it in half and stick it in my mailbox?
They say nothing like that.
Time to
And
get
nobody gives a shit. If you saw what they did, if you saw what they did with packages and the way that it's just
I
like
know.
the standard procedure of how you sort them, you stand there and you just throw shit across the room into bins. It's like
I worked.
I almost feel like there's more incentive to bend it when you see
I worked for
the.
one of the major
Right.
electronic chains on the East Coast back in the
Oh, you don't
90s.
want me
And
to
I
bend
swear to
it?
God, the guys used to take,
Don't
guys
come
used to
into
take the
me.
big ass TVs and just chuck them off the truck. And they'd go boom, 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 boom.
now don't get me wrong. Like I'm not
Paperboy
saying like
style.
people are careful with the shit. If I have a package, I'm not fucking it up. But when they sort the mail or the
Right.
packages, that's when they're just
Yeah, I
tossing
know.
around. So
Bruh.
who knows what they go through.
Every day, my UPS guy gets there and just starts throwing shit out of the truck onto the fucking cart. And I'm just like, I'll just report it damage. I don't give a shit, man.
Right.
You're like, there was some really rare Batman #1s in there, but hey,
Hey, you're on schedule. I get it. Yeah.
No, that shit comes from USPS, so we're still fucked. But anyway,
Just
If
tell
I
me
had
it's
a-
better
I
when the
feel bad
graded
for our
shit is
UPS
outside
guy.
the case.
our UPS guy has to bring in like 60 packages a day, bro. Like giant boxes. And I'm like, you need a water? You want a Monster? What do you need, bro? Can I give you a candy bar? You want a free comic?
If he's a comic book fan, maybe he enjoys it. You know.
Oh, he's great, man. My UPS driver's name is Tate. He's a Cowboys fan. So he's
Ooh.
the best. He's the best. He's the best.
You guys share that disappointment together. That's
Yeah, we do. We do. Every year we're like, this is the goddamn year. And then we're like, what the fuck, man? Mike fucking McCarthy?
Steph,
We disagree about the Mike
No,
McCarthy.
no.
Whatever. This isn't about my UPS driver. Show and tell? Is that what we're doing?
You're good, brother. You're good.
I'm rambling
Robbie.
tonight, bro. I feel good.
Shoot,
I've been
I guess,
smoking weed, y'all.
I
Just so
guess
you know.
I'll go for once instead of going last, just because my man Two Gun sent me something this week, so I don't know what
Nice.
y'all
What a
got.
coinky dink. I got a 2-gun package.
Oh, nice. Damn, he might have lined that up perfectly. So, but before I show Two Guns, I got Scare Package,
Scare package.
which
I got
I've been
a
telling
package
you about.
right here for
It's
you.
kind of like a comedy horror, but it has the last Joe Bob Drive-In like episode of this, so I wanted to pick it up because it was only like $12.
It's dope.
I think I showed this, I can't remember, but as you know, we're ending March Madness with American Psycho, so this was
Nice.
literally like $4, so I picked it up, which probably going to try to do that 1K giveaway at the end of March Madness. The 1K
Nice.
giveaway I plan to do at the end of March Madness, so come join us for American Psycho.
Nice. I'll send you some stuff.
For sure, my brother. Cool. And this was on sale, so pick it up. And I've heard that this is one of the best 4Ks they put out. Black Adam. I know some people
All
are
right,
crazy
that's a nice
about the
cover.
movie, but
I just ordered that too. It was
it's
on
not
sale.
terrible. It's a fun one, and I got it cheap. I got it cheap with the slip, and it's got a really cool slip. And
Yeah.
I was actually really excited to check it out because I really never watched all of it, and I was like, I
The
still
Justice
collect
Society was the best part of that
I
movie.
still collect the superhero movies. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
good one to
It was
get.
an alright
Definitely.
movie.
And it's probably
I'm
the
not going to
only
judge y'all
one
for.
we're ever
I'm not
gonna
going to
get.
judge you for buying Black Adam. I guess. In the spirit of March Madness, I'm not going to do that.
It wasn't that bad of a movie.
Yeah,
It wasn't what it should have been.
Black
No.
Adam, more like
You're well.
Bad
If you don't judge me for that, I know you're gonna judge me for this. But I had to do it to finish the collection.
Oh
What the
shit!
fuck,
4K.
You
Yo.
gotta
Oh,
get it. I had to.
Oh, dude, this was cheaper than the Blu-ray, and I
No
own them
way.
all on 4. I own all the Halloweens on 4K.
Yeah,
so
I can't
of
blame
course.
you, man. I'm going to buy that shit too, man.
I had, but I
Wait
got
till
it.
it's
It was
$11.
like it was only like $13, and I was like, get it now for 13 with the slip, or wait till maybe next year and not get the slip.
Does
for
it come
10.
with a Blu-ray?
Yeah, it comes with the Blu-ray.
Yeah, fuck.
That's one of the most like odd, not odd and divisive movies I've seen in a minute. Where it's like there's a lot of stuff going for it that I liked, but at the same time, there's a lot
We got to get together and have this conversation.
Bro, when I buy that movie, that's a hate buy. You know what I mean?
It was a better movie than a Jason movie.
I'm gonna have to use my Amazon
just a
points.
War movie, but all right.
I got Amazon points for that.
Yeah, it's still on sale. And as Vern showed, I got the Texas Chainsaw Steelbook.
See, Vern, that's what
yours looks okay.
Hey, open it up. Let's see what it looks like.
Not dented, not broken in half.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But like I said, it's got the freaking.
Somebody spitting Dylan's. No, looks fine.
No, someone just like opened it up and they're like, "Fuck your poster, bro."
It's gone. God.
Oh yeah, it's like right.
That's all right.
Nah, bro. Nah. It's all crinkled, dude. It's white.
It's all
crinkled. It's all crinkled, bro. Nah,
that's to add to the authenticity.
You just got to.
You know what? It looks worse in person.
It's a loved copy.
That's like if it was in 1974 hanging up in a barn.
It looks worse in person, bro. It looks like fucking Leatherface took a chainsaw to my poster. We'll say that.
Dude, that's awesome, actually.
But I'm totally
what are you fucking bitching about? That would be good.
Hey, Dylan, you should think about that for Horror Fest, is doing the David Gordon Green trilogy.
We totally should.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd probably be fun. Definitely.
I'll
have to write that down.
Finally fucking talk shit about
my last thing I picked up this week, which I'm so happy to get because I showed off the Scream 2 Steelbook. I got the Scream 4K Steelbook.
That's probably mine.
Got rid of my regular 4K because I didn't get the slip, which I still can't believe Bruno got it like months after and I didn't. But I wanted the Steelbook more anyways, but they did a reprint on this because the original one was like for $100+. It is a freaking gorgeous Steelbook, man. Gorgeous.
Hey, does it have any different special features than the other one had? Or is it the exact same?
No, I believe it's exactly the same.
Damn. It fucking
because
kills
if you
me.
look, it's
See, at least
same,
they put something on the back cover of that thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, man, you might be able to send your 4K back still because they give you like a month or two to send it back.
Who? Mine got lost.
Amazon. Amazon gives you like almost 2 months to send your shit back.
You know what? Shit, since I have the slip, maybe I'll just fucking hang on to it and it'll be worth something eventually.
You could end up selling it with the slip. You'll be able to sell it. But yeah, and then it's got this cool back. So yeah, I'm so happy to get it. The only thing that sucks now, Vern, is that Scream 2
is now sold
out. Really hard to get in the Steelbook. You do have, I know you have that, and that was the one you didn't get the 4K.
Now you know you guys have to start buying the protective sleeves for those Steelbooks too now.
Easy, bro. Easy.
We're not all rich like you.
They're cheap.
All right, so got my package from Two Gun.
Oh god, that looks good.
Looks like we got a shirt. Two Gun, always immaculate. Man, I don't know. Two Gun, did you used to work in a t-shirt shop? Because your folding is immaculate when it comes to these shirts, bro. I'm just being real. Like I can't fold a t-shirt to save my fucking life. That's why I use hangers.
I'm not a fluffer and a folder.
All right. So I'll start off with the movies. Looks like he sent me a Trauma film.
Poltergeist.
With a Trauma Now, which I think is their, I think that's their app. They're kind of like Full Moon Features, first month free. So that's cool. I'll definitely check that out. And he sent me a film directed by Lloyd Kaufman called Terror Firmer, which I do remember him talking about. So I'll definitely have to check this out.
Very nice.
Yeah, buddy. And the last Blu-ray we got in here, which I am super freaking excited to show, because this shit has some great fucking ass in it, man. Invisible Maniac, baby, on 4 freaking K. You see that?
That's awesome.
Dude, this has some of the hottest ass I've ever seen in a freaking movie. I'm telling you, bro. Like this and like Wolf of Wall Street, bro. There's some hot ass.
I don't remember that movie at all, though. Does anybody remember that movie?
By, Adam Rifkin, like under a different. It's under a different.
The thing, Scarpad, is you got to understand what drive-ins are all about to understand.
Well, that came out in the 80s, though. That was
called
pretty late for a drive-in. That came out in like
It's directed
89.
by Adam Rifkin, who's like under a code name Riff Coogan.
But in 1989, all the drive-ins are gone.
No, they're not.
A lot of them were by 1989.
20 minutes from me.
I got 120 minutes. Yeah, but Dylan, I think that's pretty rare.
You're atypical.
Yeah, like I've got 120 minutes away, and
I probably got wiped out by the train anyway. So,
dude, the drive-ins were like all wiped out by like 2000. That's when they started getting wiped out. Really, they were around in the 80s.
Well, yeah, not here.
They were definitely around in the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah,
like Vernon was about to say, Scarpad, you got to understand. You got to understand the decade of the 80s to understand Invisible Mania.
Well, it also goes into showing a lot of rural areas.
Got us a trick or treat, Sam. Shirt.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
I think I know what Two Gun's favorite color is.
Black.
Orange.
Oh really?
All the shirts that he sent people have some orange in it. I see you, Two Gun. I know what.
We got a Frankenstein and Bride.
Nice.
That's
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I
we
love
love
that
our
shit.
Universal monsters up in here. Yeah, I think you say that they do all have some orange. At least though, I think he sent like everyone like a main shirt. He knew that Fable, that was like Fable's first horror shirt.
As of
My
2019,
first horror shirt as well.
There were
As always, Two
321.
Gun, thank you, my brother. Yeah, that
321 drive-ins.
Maniac has a porn star in it, and you can definitely tell. Dude, thank you as always, Two Gun. Like, I can't thank you enough for this one, man. This is a fun ass fucking movie, bro. And thank you for the shirts as always. You know I love me some horror gear.
Motherfucker says slash that like button. That is fantastic.
Dude, we got to copy that. That's good, man.
Slash that like button.
He's always saying that, man.
Seriously?
Always. At least the last couple weeks I've seen him say it.
Nice.
Great.
That's really good, Two Gun. Two Gun, by the way, the unofficial member of the DHS crew.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Two Gun. You are the man, bro. Thank you, bro. Shout out Two Gun being the #1 mod in the DHS chat. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go next, Scarpad or Robbie?
Who's
I'll go
ready?
next.
Scarpet always wants to go last.
I'll go next.
No,
Yeah,
I get it.
Scarpad always wants to go last.
No,
I actually have.
Oh, it's
Next.
too late.
I-
Too late.
I have a shit ton of stuff. All right, so just gonna go through this. I got me a new shirt this week. I love
Who
this
spoke up
shirt,
sooner,
y'all.
Scarpad.
I've never seen anybody else with this shirt, so I'm excited.
Oh,
It's
where'd
a
you get that?
Japanese poster.
Oh
for
wow.
That's sick.
Let's go.
How dope is that, right? All right. Well, I
That
got a
is
package
really
from
cool.
I got a package from Two Gun as well. I love that Two Gun sends us, people send people birthday presents and Christmas presents. He sends us Horror Fest and March Madness presents, Dylan, and I love it. This
Hell
is the shirt
yeah.
I got from Two Gun.
Oh nice.
Oh, hell yeah. That's
You
cool.
notice-
I like that lighting.
See, they're like Kiss.
Hell yeah.
See, they all have the Kiss makeup on. Ah, that's dope. I'm a Kiss fan, right? Get it? That's awesome. All right. I also got this from Two Gun Pedro. And I also reversed my slip to do that, right? So
Yeah, last second I was like, please tell me there's a Blu-ray in there because Robbie doesn't have 4K. And he's like, yeah, it does. I was
it's
like,
totally
thank
in
God.
there. So it's totally in there. And yeah, I actually, when I got the list for what we were doing coming up, I was planning on skipping this one because I thought it was another Scarpad pick. But knowing it's a Two Gun pick, I'll be there because there you go. And
Actually, it's my pick, Robbie. Or Two
Oh,
Gun
nice,
just was
nice.
so super nice to buy it for me. Actually, no, it's like a merge pick because he hit me up and he's like, dude, he's like, I heard you mention something about Invisible Maniac. He's like, dude, I like always. He said something about it where it was like this was only on VHS and Vinegar Syndrome brought it to 4K. So I was like, yeah, dude, like I watched it the other day. I've always like, thought it was fucking crazy and awesome. And he was like, dude, like you gotta review it.
yeah, I'm excited now.
It looks like a
You
ice
wanna-
cream man cover, doesn't it? Like the colors.
Oh wait. Pedro, what did you vote? What did you rate Burial Ground?
We got to
No, I'm
just
just kidding.
okay. He also sent me these 2 comics, Cherry, number 6, and number 9.
That's fucking.
He sent me number 6 and number 9, y'all.
Yeah, 69.
Perfect. So Cherry is like a very pornographic, arty comic art type thing, and I looked through them, and I got to get the whole goddamn series now. All right. The other thing I got is from my friend Jay. She was recently at a Pensacon and got me a mystery box. First of all, look at the goddamn mystery box.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
What the fuck?
You're keeping that.
Right? I walk into the house and I'm like freaking out. And they're like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, why do you have a lament configuration? Like a giant configuration. And they're like, what's a lament configuration? Holy shit. So it's a mystery box that she got. And in the mystery box was this random issue of Rue Morgue, which I really like because it's got a thing about let's scare Jessica to death on it.
I want to see that.
All right, now I'm going to open this thing up and show you what's in here because the box itself is worth it, right? Y'all don't even know what the fuck is in here yet.
Dude, I'm so excited for y'all to watch Invisible Maniac, especially Scarpack because he's always talking about nudity.
Not a prerequisite.
Yeah, you said it's got some nice ass in there, and I'm excited as well.
First thing
That's what
in
I'm
here.
saying, brother. You'll love it just for that, at least.
That's awesome.
Oh shit! Is that
Beetlejuice potted plant?
Nice.
Wait, what the hell, man? That's awesome.
Is that a pot plant?
Here's a bag with Daryl from The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Nice.
Bagadelle.
Someone's gonna get that.
My favorite character.
Someone's gonna get that in a piece of meat mystery box because I don't give a shit about Walking Dead. But I love this. Look at these socks.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's badass. Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
horror
that's sick.
socks. Horror
Yes,
socks
that's
are
sick.
hard to find.
Horror socks.
If you go to Spencer's,
I don't know. There's some kind of knife in here. Oh no, they're dog tags from something called Zombie Hunter. I don't know. They look cool.
Yeah, collaboration.
Here's a ice cube tray with Jason masks.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
badass.
I'm gonna make some Jello
My
shots.
freaking girl's aunt would go crazy for that. She's like a Jason fanatic.
Got a poison gas car air freshener.
Ooh.
Got a lament configuration
gotta keep
button. Look at that.
Ooh. Gotta keep it
But
on.
you know
Gotta
what
put that on the jackets.
The most badass thing in this box outside of the actual box itself.
Wow.
And that's a good one. Look at
That's
that.
sick, dude. I was just looking for one of those, actually. I got to get one. That's a great one.
Don't you have one or something like that, Bruno? Or
No,
is that
I got a drawing behind me of the man,
okay.
But no, I got a Michael one. That's awesome, dude.
That's
Yeah,
legit.
now,
yeah.
like, if Kane Hodder, if I meet him again, you know what I got to give him to sign, right?
Isn't that part 6, though? I don't think he was the guy in part 6.
Shit. So
Yeah,
I'm
probably
gonna
kick the hell out of you.
cut a big thing here.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, that's more like part 3 before the axe goes in, right? Because
Right,
the
that's
axe is there the entire time, right?
That's a scary looking one. I like that one.
Yeah, it actually looks really good because usually you get the cheap ones or whatever, but just the box alone, y'all.
It's weathered
Yeah.
well.
Like,
Yeah, that box is awesome, dude. That's
I
a keeper.
got to
for
give a
sure.
mad shout out to Two Gun Pedro and to Jay. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Keep giving me gifts. I'll keep showing them off.
Hey, couldn't have said it better, brother. Couldn't have
yeah.
said it better. Same goes for me.
All right, there's my bloody ghost face from Hot Topic exclusive. It was crushed, so I took out the
I've only
box.
shown it 10 times today.
What's that?
Okay, then I got came out a little early. This is my House of Thousand Corpses toy figure holding box, like the old
That's
school
badass.
Matchbox.
That
These are all the
shit is so
characters
cool, bro.
that will be
That's
coming
really
out.
cool, man.
None of them are out yet, but I think they're coming out in April.
I find that so interesting. They dropped the box before the figures.
Isn't
Bro,
that
that looks
dude,
just like the ones you would get for like Turtles.
Power Rangers,
and-
X-Men and shit. Yeah.
And it
Hell
comes with a little
yes.
piece
I wonder,
that you can build
and
that
it
guy.
comes with it's a build a figure set too. You buy like all the
Yeah.
figures and you can build a tiny.
And
That's
So
gotta be
technically
amazing.
you have to have the
like
case.
the old ones,
And-
like the old ones, it smells like plastic death. So
Let's see the back of that, bro.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's really
That's
cool.
the best part because it's like part of the play set, right? Dude,
Yeah.
Right. So Trick or Treat Studios are coming out with that. So hopefully next month we'll have the figures. We'll see.
How can we get more money?
Is it smaller than
old-ass
the
horse?
average?
The figures are supposed to be 5 inch each, 5 inches, I guess.
Okay.
Which is a little smaller.
That's what she said.
That's right. And then for movies, okay, every day of the week I'll say fuck Fulci, he's a poser. But when it comes to movies, and you guys were talking about, don't sleep on Vinegar Syndrome. I tell you, don't sleep on fucking Grindhouse releasing, because this is some fucking beautiful stuff they put out. This is Cat in the Brain and Luci Fulci film, and this has such a great cover.
Bro, I've never even seen that. That's awesome.
It's a 2-disc.
I never even seen that Grindhouse either.
It's a 2-disc set, and two Blu-rays and a CD with the soundtrack. They always put soundtracks from the film in with the movies. And then I guess this is supposed to be one of Fulci's goriest films, and it's got a full reversible cover.
Yo, they just need to start making the covers reversible.
So Grindhouse and this box, and you get most of these all the time on sale for like $29, which is pretty damn good. And it says this is the most violent movie ever made, starring Godfather of Gore. I guess he's in it. Lucio Fulci.
He's in most of his movies. He's starring though.
No, I guess so. I've heard about this one though. Cat in the Brain. And it looks pretty dope on the back.
Yeah, I got to add that to the wish list.
And then another one, I guess I haven't seen this, but I guess this is a famous one from him, is From Beyond.
That's probably his best.
I don't have any of the Grindhouse releases.
Beyond. Dude, I have that one. That's Grindhouse release. Is that the glow-in-the-dark cover?
This just came out. I think it's been out before.
Yeah, I've had that. I have that. Is that the glow-in-the-dark cover?
No, it
the
doesn't
soundtrack and shit?
What do you mean?
It's got the soundtrack.
That's been out.
Yeah, I have that. That's my favorite Fulci movie, bruh. We covered that on Dylan's Horror Show. We did the whole Gates of Hell trilogy.
We did the Gates of Hell too.
Have you never seen that, Scarpath?
I have not. And then, you know what? This comes with the full Fulci filmography in the back of the cover.
Oh, bro, you're in for a treat with that one.
That's my favorite Fulci film. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see it.
Dude, I can't believe I don't own any of the Grindhouse.
Grindhouse stuff, and this Grindhouse is based.
Pick up some of those.
Grindhouse is based in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Hyannis.
So right by you then.
They're not too far from me.
It's not 4K, right?
No, it's no, it's a Blu-ray.
It's just Blu-ray, but yeah, I have that. I love that. I love that.
And Vinegar Syndrome is down in Connecticut. It's not too far from me either.
Now,
and then I got this other.
You got to get that right off their website. Sorry.
Yeah, you can order it right from their website or through Facebook. I got this Grindhouse releasing Death Game.
That looks really good.
This is with.
I was gonna say, that looks interesting.
This is with Sandra Locke, who used to go out with and star in the Clint Eastwood movies. Colleen Camp, who was in The Vagrant. And it's with, what's his face there? Seymour Castle, who's in a lot of John Cassavetes. An intense, uncomfortable film and exercise in suspense, violence, and degradation. Oh.
Yo, I like your hat. I didn't peep that until now. Arcade.
And look at the books that come with, too.
It's a mini book?
And,
or just a little?
Pretty thick book.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And a full reversible cover. So Grindhouse releasing, man, if you like their movies, they put out the Cannibal Ferox and the Cannibal Holocaust. They're fantastic.
Looks like they did a
hell of a job.
Film called The Tough Ones.
This came out this week too. Thrillers from the Vault, 8 films. I've been looking for one of the movies on here for a long time called 5, which is during a nuclear holocaust. 1 woman and 5 men survive in a house. It's a great film. This also has on it. These are mostly movies from Boris Karloff. Some Bela Lugosi's. The Black Room, The Man with 9 Lives, The Man They Could Not Hang, Before I Hang, The Boogeyman Will Get You. That's a great sounding one. The Devil Commands, and The Return of the Vampire. 8 from the vault. You can get this for under $20 too.
Yeah, it's on sale right now.
And I picked up. I can't believe I got the slip on this one. Cursed. Wes Craven.
Nobody bought that but me and Dylan and
and I guess they have the uncut version of the film on here too. I picked up the 4K because it was cheap on Friday the 13th, even though I got the
I
big
was
box
debating
set.
on getting it, but it's like I've spent so much on the Friday 13th, and I'm like so happy with.
And it's like the more you upgrade the first one, the less real it looks.
Well, it's okay. I won't upgrade any of the other ones unless they come out with a new box.
I almost want it just because if it comes with the slip, but it's like
the 4K of Fatal Attraction.
Nice.
Cooking a rabbit is always good. And I got this one here, Hellfest. I don't know how good it is. It was $5.
You'll buy goddamn anything for $5. Man.
Well,
have you ever gone to Five Below? Have you just cleaned one
no,
out?
Dylan said he saw this. He thought it was pretty decent, and it's got who the fuck's in this?
Tony Todd, maybe.
Tony Todd, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then finally, the Vinegar Syndrome Death Wish 2 4K.
Nice.
Is that Charles Bronson?
Is this Vinegar Syndrome or is this? Let's see.
It looks like a.
Yeah, it's Vinegar Syndrome. Comes with a nice thick cover.
I was gonna say I could tell from the slip.
Death Wish 2. So,
I love the Death Wish movies, man. It's you know.
I've never
seen all of them.
Seen them. I've only seen the Bruce Willis one by Eli Roth.
I was watching a little bit of the first one.
That was decent.
I was really surprised how graphic the sex and violence scenes are in the first Death Wish. They're pretty.
When
it was made.
Really? I've never seen.
Wasn't like
I did enjoy the Bruce Willis.
It was made in 1970. Yeah, the Bruce Willis one sucked compared to Charles.
That's
Bronson.
an Eli Roth.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Charlie Bronson, man, you can't replace the guy.
Eli Roth also did that.
And
it was one of those series that the first one was highly respected. The second one, like Jaws 2, kind of respected. After
3,
that,
4 kind of sucked, bro.
And with the shit and with the
there's always somebody in one of those movies. There's like Jeff Goldblum is one.
And
one
with
of
the
them.
full exploitation.
One of them.
Not that they're very watchable, but they're nowhere near the first two.
Correct.
I thought you had. Didn't you say you had something in your mailbox before you came?
Yeah, Dr. Giggles, Razorback, and Scared to Death, whatever that movie is. It's in the mailbox. Suppose I haven't gotten it yet.
He hasn't found the energy to get out.
I was gonna say.
It fucking snowed. A half a foot snow today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're leaving. Oh, I was gonna say. I know you ain't leaving it out in the fucking cold like.
It was like 80 degrees here today.
It was nice and sunny out here.
Snowed in.
Nice.
From that nuclear Holocaust.
You got something for next week, Scarpad.
That's right. That's what I figured.
Great show and tell, Scarpad. Yeah, I look forward to seeing, because you got those from Screen Factory. I was like, dude, I don't get Razorback in that till like another week or something at least.
Yeah.
Scarpad slips them a little extra to expedite the process.
Probably the last thing I'm probably going to be buying from Screen Factory because they're kind of going downhill.
All they're doing is just re-releasing shit in 4K.
That's right.
And they're doing re-releases.
Well, they're doing it though before they lose the rights to it.
Yeah, that's
because Kino Lorber is buying a lot of that shit up.
Yeah, I'd say Vinegar Syndrome is like my number one right now, and then Kino.
Arrow,
and then I would say that would be my top three. It would be Vinegar, Kino, and then Arrow. And almost Kino and Arrow.
Don't forget, Mill Creek just picked up that Disney license, where all the Disney stuff that they don't want to brand as Disney, like Touchstone and Hollywood.
But we gotta be kind of worried about that.
Maybe they'll fucking put out Barbarian then.
Mill Creek generally, they're getting better, but Mill Creek generally is a very terrible budget.
They're very cheap. Mill
But
Creek is
Homeward Bound Touchstone.
Isn't Mill Creek the one who does the retro VHS slips?
I think so. They have
but with them doing the Touchstone and Hollywood Picture stuff, we're going to get a lot of stuff released on Blue and 4K that have never been released on Blue.
Exactly.
Like Homeward Bound, right?
That's what I'd be happy about.
Homeward Bound, is that one of them?
I thought I could have sworn that was like Touchstone.
I just want
it might not be
for Barbarian, man.
Barbarian. Yeah, I can't believe
content for it.
Yeah, Homeward Bound is Disney's Touchstone. Yeah.
Okay. Homeward Bound is it was, but I think that's under their brand now, retroactive.
Okay, the Disney right.
Kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas, which Touchstone.
Right, yeah.
But there's a lot of films like that Disney doesn't know what to do because they won't release them physically.
Yeah, I'd love to see like a 4K. What about Bob?
Dude, they're shitty at putting their own fucking big movies out physically.
Yeah, but they own a lot of content now, especially with the
20th Century Fox,
for instance, right? So like, there's a lot of films
all the Planet of the Apes movies, all the Predator movies.
Yep.
Well, I hope they do because I know Fox had Barbarian and now it's like in some limbo, bro. Because if you look on digital, there's a bonus content one, but you can't get UHD, and then there's a regular UHD one. So they made like bonus content, and the director said they did a commentary. So it's like that should be the fucking Blu-ray. I'll take a Blu-ray.
Barbarian.
They don't want to give me a 4K.
Well, Barbarian is available out of I think a Blu-ray.
It is
region 2 overseas.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, might as well just get that, fellas.
I probably will. But yeah. So dude, great show, guys, as always, man. Fucking awesome show. Like I said before we get out of here, join us this Monday on Scarpad's channel for let me pull
Infinity Pool.
Mm-hmm.
Infinity Pool, directed by Brandon Cronenberg.
Son of Cronenberg.
At 7:45 p.m. Eastern this Monday.
By the way, if we do the DHS anthology, it's called Son of Cronenberg.
Whoa.
Oh.
And then directly after Scarpad's stream, Pop Culture Philosophers is reviewing Dario Argento's Tenebrae to continue March Madness.
Give me a reason to break out my box set and watch it.
Hell yeah. I know. Yeah, definitely give you a reason. And that shouldn't be your only reason to watch it. It's damn good. And then to continue March Madness next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, as always, we are reviewing Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat. It's going to be a great week, to say the least, man. And like I said, go support Scream 6 in your theaters this week. Should be fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Can't
Don't
wait.
spoil it.
Great week. Sorry, brother. And what is Attention DHS chat.
It was Dewey.
Dylan's 1K giveaway during American Psycho. Live stream review must be present to win. True that. Yeah. Be a little raffle. I'll probably do a first place and a second place because I have like I have 2 sets of these kind of like Bill and Ted homage covers. So I'll give, like a little main prize for the one, and then we'll see like if Robbie sends me some, see what he gives me, and then we'll have like a second constellation prize where you'll get like the second copy I have. Since obviously you know how we do our station, so I think that would be a perfect part of the giveaway. Plus, I know I got like some digital codes for some horror movies. I got a couple other comics and stuff.
Well, I definitely am sending
like a free trial.
I'm sending an unopened copy of Trauma by Dario Argento from Vinegar Syndrome.
I thought you were giving that to me.
Nope, that's part of your giveaway, brother.
I've been waiting for it.
Nope, that's part of your giveaway.
Well, technically, he is giving it to you, but
I'm giving it to you. I'm trusting you're giving it away.
I'm gonna send it to Dylan, and Dylan's gonna make sure it gets in the package.
Yeah, actually, Dylan. By the way, all that shit I've been sending to you.
I've been wondering. I was like, didn't he say he was gonna send me that when?
I'm gonna send it for the giveaway. I'm also gonna send a picture I drew of Jason Voorhees and some other stuff. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well,
Dylan, I'm sorry, you can't keep that Trauma. You don't want it anyway. It doesn't come with the slip. Sorry. It's okay.
Well, I can't get the slip anyways. It's sold out.
Look at Dylan justifying it.
You know how.
Why don't you buy a copy to give away then? Why don't you do that?
You know how much Vinegar Syndrome releases cost? That's what I thought. You sold it,
man. You're not worried about the slip. Buy it on Amazon.
I'll watch.
Anyway,
it.
there's stuff.
I'm gonna watch it, then give it away.
Keep the goddamn Trauma if you want, but you're gonna make me look like an asshole.
I'm gonna dig up some shit and send you something else, Dylan. I got some
original art, man. Come on, Verno.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking that maybe, but this shit's kind of precious to me. I don't draw anymore. I need to do that.
Maybe just some cubes when next time you're trimming.
I'm gonna sprinkle in just a dash.
Put that in some water and drink it on a full moon. You're golden, man.
It's like pixie dust.
A little salt bay. A little salt bay for their ass.
Just bathe in
cubes.
Actually, just put it in and smoke it, babe.
I'm not smoking anybody's cubes, Carpet.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
might just.
I wasn't alive in the 70s.
Sometimes you mix that up with the weed.
You remember in Jackass?
I want somebody to smoke me.
Well,
Oh, that's right. Oh.
I'm getting cremated. I'm gonna send each you motherfuckers a little fucking pack of me. like a Ferengi, and I want you to smoke me.
Refuse.
I'm gonna go.
Return to
Return
sender.
to sender. Yeah.
I want, hell no, bro. I'll grow a weed plant and throw you in it, and maybe we could do some half-baked type
I'm
shit.
gonna try to curse an enemy. I'm gonna put you in the underground somebody's house or something.
Oh
Haunt
my
them.
god.
I just wake
I
up in the middle of
offer
the
you
night,
the
somebody
chance
screaming
to
about
smoke
70s
me.
push. I don't understand what's going
I
on.
offer you
Where's the
chance.
goddamn bush?
Each of you could take the spirit of the scar pad in you when you go. When I go, you smoke a little bit of me. You get a little bit of my spirit.
Walk around condescending to motherfuckers.
Yeah, you'd be like, you don't understand fucking driving.
Yeah.
The 70s, man, it was crazy.
We were smoking weed, watching movies at the drive-in, LSD. I love you, Scarpad. I've taken in a lot
Shattered
of
in
you.
all of his own stunts.
Have
in
you
the
watched
70s.
movies on LSD, Scarpad?
No, I usually
Maybe.
on Tubi, maybe.
Bruh, we need to do a live stream where we're all on some kind of psychedelic substance watching Kingdom of the Spiders.
I thought we were doing that right now. What the fuck? I got the memo in the mail.
Yo.
Why am I seeing all these tracers? I don't understand. Dude,
Now,
we
if
all
you-
need to do psychedelics.
Now, if you said
Speed
do a
Racer
fucking
by the
stream
Wachowskis.
sober, then that would be the
Yo, that's an
acceptable
underrated
rule.
movie.
Bruh, I was on mushrooms one time and I chose to watch that fucking movie.
Oh, I
was
sure
in
you were
another
out there.
dimension, man.
I believe
Like
it.
in another dimension. Watch any Wachowski's movie on any psychedelic substance. Bound in particular would be really nice.
I was never into movies for psychedelics. It was all
When I
music.
say I
Some
watched it,
people are
I
like,
meant
I don't know
I
about
watched 5 minutes, flipped through to another 5 minutes, and then moved on to something else.
You're like,
right.
what is that like one thing where you're like just flipping through the channels? You're like,
Channel
like
surfing?
acting like you're
I'm gonna find
watching it while
something.
you're like taking it all in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We used to
Or those guys that like act like they're reading the books and they're like,
Speed reading.
Yeah, but now we
Yeah.
just substitute
done.
YouTube for doing that. It's the
you're
same
like I just
thing.
read my whole book collection in under 5 minutes.
it's real.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, next time anybody does a psychedelic substance that's not illegal, obviously, just put on Speed Racer in the background and just pay attention to it at
Speed
some
Racer?
point.
That's on HBO.
very
Max.
Are you
colorful.
talking about the movie or the
Yeah.
Movie,
cartoon?
the
The movie.
Wachowskis movie. That visually,
Yeah.
that movie is a trip, bruh.
I forgot
I've
that
seen
the
it. But yeah,
Wachowskis
but the
did that.
cartoon with the little ape guy, that was kind of fun.
But the cartoon,
That's a good one too, yeah.
That movie is actually way better than people think. I think
It
it's
was
a
ahead of its time.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
wasn't
What,
Christina
Speed
Ricci in that?
Racer?
Yeah.
Speed Racer.
No,
watch
I
anything with
always
Christina
thought- I
Ricci.
always
God
thought it
damn
was
it,
fun.
Steph. We're
It's
doing
just,
Speed Racer on PCP
it's
Movie
got
Night
some
at some
wonky
point.
CGI.
Let's do it.
You
Great
guys
cast,
should
too.
be doing the you should do the Speed Racer and Street Fighter. Those are two good ones together, and maybe
Yes.
one other one that would go with that.
We've done Street
Ooh.
Fighter already, but we are thinking about doing it again because we did it before we did the live stream thing, right? So
Oh,
we
yeah.
but we are actually thinking about revisiting some stuff that we've already done for November. So maybe like Bloodsport.
Nostalgic November.
Maybe we're actually having a Van Damme November. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm thinking
Link,
about
I
it.
like it.
Well, actually,
Nostalgia.
since the last time you did your Mortal Kombat franchise, haven't they released like 3 movies? So you could re-update that one.
It's, yeah. Annihilation is so bad it's good.
We'd have to
Alright.
add in
There's a
Legacy.
new- what
so
was
we
the
could
one
have
they just
something good
released
to say.
recently? Was it the Suck Balls? I haven't.
No, I actually like the new
Didn't
Mortal
it?
Kombat movie.
Yeah.
but
You did?
I did.
I
It
like
didn't suck, yeah.
You thought so?
I didn't watch it on
No, it
Shrooms,
didn't
so
suck.
I'll
Oh,
tell
it
you
didn't
that.
suck.
Maybe I need to
Alright.
try that. But
Most people thought it sucked, but
Yeah.
I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. It's an easy, fun fucking watch, I think.
yeah, it's
Right,
like
right.
3.5. It's decent. It's
Yeah.
like clown level.
You're talking about the one that came out last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing special, but I enjoy
I
it.
liked it, and they're doing a sequel. And if they do the sequel right, it will make this movie better.
Yes.
Because
Like I had
I'm watching this
'Cause I
movie.
love the
whole
original
time.
one so
I'm
much. The
2 hours
music and
into this
everything in the
movie.
original one.
I'm like an hour and a half into this movie. I'm like, man, they must be getting to the tournament really quickly.
yeah.
Because they have not gotten to the actual Mortal Kombat yet. So they
Did
better
they,
do
did they reuse the theme from the original movie at all?
like a version of it, but not really.
Yeah, they should have though.
They
Yeah,
give
I
you
love that.
plenty of
Those
fan
elements are there.
service. You know
They
what I
did.
mean?
They did.
Give you all the. My favorite bit, the whole thing is when the
Scorpion
guy
and
jumps
Sub-Zero are
in the game.
badass.
Like,
Oh, I was gonna say Jackson, how he meets Sub-Zero, that was sick.
Mhm.
Like that whole
I actually like this new movie.
Yeah.
If the
I
main,
might go rewatch
Better
it.
than
I might go
if
watch
the
it
main
tonight.
character was Johnny Cage, I would have liked it better. Like
That's the problem. I was gonna say they created this new character as the main character, and he's kind of like he's not bad, but it's like you said, if they would have used someone like Johnny Cage, it would have been easier to root for him. Like, okay,
They also do that stupid shit where like everybody has to have a power.
A power,
So
yeah.
It's like not
Well,
organic.
isn't there something up with Johnny
armors
Cage?
up.
No one's using him anymore. Even the video game came out, they had to take Johnny Cage off the side of the game. So it must be a rights thing now. He must want to allow money.
No, the newest one coming out might not have him, but the last one had him.
It's probably because Johnny Cage is a piece of shit. Like honestly, he's the worst character in Mortal Kombat ever. Right?
He is a douchebag.
Like he's the worst. But like he would have been like, I would have liked it. I would have liked it if that main character in Mortal Kombat at the end they were like, or by your stage name, Johnny Cage.
Right.
Like that was
That
just a
would've
bit
been
of,
dope.
this dude's he is because he's like kind of like a Johnny Cage type, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that vibe for sure.
But the Sub-Zero Scorpion shit was badass in the new Mortal Kombat.
Well, what's weird is that then they shouldn't even have Johnny Cage then, because then don't they tease Johnny Cage at the end of the movie too?
Yeah, they mention him or something like that, don't they?
We already did that with this guy, kinda.
I they could have used someone else. So there's someone that's they got a big cast of characters that
they really
could pull from like multiple games.
I'm surprised they've never tried to do another Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
That first one
maybe
was
if Mortal Kombat 2 really hits, they probably will.
Dude, that first Street Fighter movie is one of the greatest films of all time.
Well, that's
I agree.
Raul
I know
Julia
it's not
gave that
technical.
movie his fucking all while he was dying on set, man.
You gotta respect that.
Gotta respect that. Now, why anybody would cast Jean-Claude Van Damme as like the quintessential American hero, I don't fucking know.
Didn't he have the tattoo of the American flag on his arm too?
That movie makes sense though when you start thinking that the sets, the production design, some of the costumes, the script, it was all started as a G.I. Joe film.
Wow.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Duke. Right?
Wow.
That UN force, right? That's G.I. Joe, man. That's what they're doing.
Some of those G.I. Joe movies are horrible.
They all are horrible, except
I was gonna
5
say
minutes of the animated film is badass.
That first live action one.
Anyway, Dylan, what are we doing? Are we ending the show? What are we doing?
Yeah, well, y'all kept rolling, so I can't. There's no stop. There's no like being like, hey.
Shut the fuck up.
You got a mute button somewhere. Just
I mean, I do, but that would just be a little rude. But yeah, man, come join us this Monday and next Saturday. We'll see you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We love you. Appreciate the support as always. I hope you have a great night. And peace out, y'all.